Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Manchester United Arsenal show, people. The Man Them United podcast meets the Gunner Talk from the Arsenal podcast. And this is the first show of the Premier League season. This is the first show of the Premier League season 2024-25. So we need to be discussing Arsenal beating Wolves. But that's on the back burner because of what's going on at Arsenal. So much is going on. As you can see from the title, Mikel Arteta set to sign new long-term deal at Arsenal. So we'll be discussing that. Eddie Nketiah could finally be on his way out from Arsenal, on his way to Nottingham Forest. That is ongoing. And on top of that as well, Mikel Moreno, that deal is also going on. And then rumors of Arsenal maybe looking at a striker if Nketiah does indeed leave. So it's all Arsenal-based people, it seems. In regards to Manchester United, quiet. Manuel Agate deal still ongoing. Outside of that, there's not really too much else, people. There's not really too much else. But big up to everyone in the chat already. Please make sure you run up the likes. Run up the likes expeditiously, people. Make sure you run up the likes. Please make sure you share across all the socials at That's Me Flawless, at Sarcasm City TV. You see it right there. Retweet and like on Twitter. Share from Instagram. And on top of those two things, make sure you subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV as well. So with no further ado, let's bring a lot of people's favorite duos, one of my favorite duos to work with, even though I can't stand their team. I love them as content creators. We got TJ in the building, Tony in the building. What are we saying, man? What's good? What's going on?
Another Wednesday, another reason to banter my club. Shout out Deji Spurs, by the way. I'm gonna say club from now on. It's not club anymore, it's club. But big up Flawless, big up Tony. You know, we got a lot to talk about. We got this new long-term deal for Mikel Arteta. Again, I really wish we could hold off on extending massive extensions to contracts before actually, achieving things that are shiny that you can hold, liquid in, those kinds of things, not charity plates, not dusty 4-year-old FA Cups, because you gotta get the pledge out. You got to get all the dust off of that trophy, before you can drink out of it. Right. So, we'll get into why I'm a little bit skeptical about this. But again, we're being held hostage by this Eddie Nketiah news. We're held on strings right now. Is it going to be 25? Is it going to be 30? Are they going to accept 30? Okay, no, they didn't accept 30. Are going to accept 30 with add-ons? Oh, no, they didn't. Fabrizio Romano must be getting paid by the tweet, that absolute criminal. Quit stringing us along, bro. Quit stringing us along and just tell me when it's done. I don't care. I don't care if he's playing for Northampton Town. Just get him out. Get him out now. Anyway.
Jeez. First?
I'm on one today already. Big up.
Let's see, we get to that. Tony, how are you doing before we get to the football and stuff? Everything good?
Yeah, man. Everything good down here, yeah. Yeah, big ups everyone. Big up the chart. Big ups to TJ. TJ, nice to see you, man.
Nice to see you too, my friend.
Another day down here on Sarcasm TV. And they were here. Big up to Mikel Arteta to sign a new contract. That's not even, personally what I think. That's not why we should be assembled down here. Of course, apart from the Ugarte to Man United, that's a separate one altogether. I think there are more better things to talk about.
You don't think that's the biggest news? That's the biggest news.
I don't think. No, the biggest news in the football club is that Nottingham Forest negotiators were begging and pleading in the round table for them to get Eddie Nketiah off our hands. That is the biggest news for the Arsenal.
Sure.
And again, it has far-reaching consequences for this football club, because the sooner Eddie Nketiah leaves the football club, then it becomes consequentially very, very important that Arsenal brings in a replacement for Eddie Nketiah since he's leaving. Definitely, we have our eyes on a few targets. We'll talk about that, later on. But see, guys, big show today. smash the like button, subscribe to the channels, and let's go. Big up to you, Flawless.
It's
Oh,
very
down here, man. Very, very big pleasure, man.
big up to you, Tony. Arteta potentially signing a new deal is much bigger than Eddie Nketiah leaving your football club. Unless it's a major star, unless it's a Saka or Saliba, that's your manager. I know it's one part of the news you don't like, and I get where that stems from. Oh yeah, I don't know. Maybe you change your mind on the manager. I don't know. We'll get to that, but we'll discuss both. Just because the episode is titled one thing doesn't mean we are not going to discuss the other thing. So we'll start with you, Tony, and we'll start with the Eddie Nketiah news. It seems Nottingham Forest are interesting. Big up Warrior J. I see you in regards to putting the information in the chat. So I've started that already. But Eddie Nketiah could be on his way out of Arsenal and his way to Nottingham Forest. So talk to us about it. Floor's yours, Tony.
Yeah, big ups to everyone in the chat. Yeah, see, it's very simple. Marseille came in for this guy, yeah, and Arsenal were haggling. And I told TJ, I told Flawless on the day, when we discussed this, that maybe there may be something brewing down under. Yeah. And well, I thank God that time has proved me correct. There has been something in the offing. Yeah. There is a blitz of football clubs ready to take Eddie Nketiah off our hands. I'm not talking of the wars abroad. I'm talking of the war brewing domestically in the Premiership. Yeah. Nottingham Forest, that's a given. I also heard Wolves were, we're asking questions for Eddie Nketiah. Bournemouth asking questions for Eddie Nketiah. See, yeah, all these football clubs, they want him. They want him for some reason. I don't know why. But considering Eddie Nketiah is a striker that hasn't scored since December for Arsenal Football Club, I'll take any offers that come. But the thing there, I was having a bigger problem with Marseille not willing to match our own valuation of that player. Yeah. Because I'm tired of Arsenal just, sending the wrong message in the transfer window and just, selling our players for cheap. Even if I don't think that amount of money, is at par with what Eddie Nketiah has given to the football club, I still think he will command a decent fee. I mean, I've seen many other players who have gone out for overinflated prices. At least the one that went to Tottenham Hotspurs from Bournemouth, we know the price that was quoted in the market, right? So if Eddie Nketiah should leave for £30 million, I don't think that's a bad thing per se, TJ, so that we can be able to raise more money and go in, because all the old strikers Arsenal have been linked to in the January transfer in this summer transfer window, they're all quoting hundreds of millions of dollars, and it's not sustainable. So we need to go, if these football clubs are ready to stomp up the cash for Eddie Nketiah, we can, just put one or two things together. We still have the Emmy Smith Rowe 35 million pounds burning a hole in our pockets, right? If we add it to that same 30 million that we will be getting from this Eddie Nketiah deal, that's about 65. If you post cash upfront, 50 million pounds to any of all those high targets, I'm talking of the Victor Osimhen's, I'm talking of the Gyökeres, from Sporting Lisbon. At least, even if they're quoting, maybe 90, 80 million, and you're telling them, you know what, we'll pay you 75, but we give you 40 upfront because you have that money in cash, then it's all good. At least we can be able to bring in someone for Eddie Nketiah. But again, someone told me, Flawless, a friend of mine, close person in the football club, actually told me that Nottingham Forest negotiators came in for a meeting, and they were actually basically pleading with Arsenal. Negotiations normally will go with, each team having to play hardball with each other. I heard that these guys were actually begging and pleading just to have Eddie Nketiah. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, for real, that's crazy.
I'm literally begging for this guy to leave my football club. But here is Nottingham Forest begging and pleading and bleeding to get this guy off our hands. TJ, this calls for a party, man. You know, it's
well,
been
just
long. It's been
hold your horses on the party, because you know he's not left yet. Actually, you know what? If you want to party already, you go ahead, my friend Tony. If you want to party ahead, if you want to jump the gun, then feel free, man. That is up to you, man. You know what I'm saying? If you want to talk about it, right? If you want to give your exit statement about Nketiah, give it right now, man. Talk about it. Leaving and Arsenal doing tremendous business.
but it's a given. This week, as early as Monday,
it's
cleared his exec. It's a given. Yeah, I'm very sure about this.
Okay, say that again.
I'll give you. It's a given that Eddie Nketiah is leaving the football club. Early this week on Monday, I heard that his executive box at Arsenal Football Club has been cleared. Pictures, everything, personal effects, everything has been cleared from the executive box. He's leaving. This week, as we're speaking, on Tuesday, there was a negotiators meeting. Nottingham Forest came begging and pleading that they want Eddie Nketiah.
Begging them,
in the early hours of yesterday. I'm already in the next day down here. In the early hours of Wednesday, Nottingham Forest agreed personal terms with Eddie Nketiah. So right now, Eddie Nketiah's terms has been met. To be very sincere with you, this was his terms in terms of what he's receiving. Is receiving over 100K at Arsenal Football Club, with some perks and with some bonuses coming into his account, monthly. But this is the thing: on going to Marseille, he wanted to take a pay cut. He already agreed to a 50% pay cut going to Marseille with Arsenal to stomp up more cash from their own coffers rather than Marseille even paying anything for his wages. But Eddie Nketiah's stipulations was that any team domestically that is going to be coming for him have to stomp up the full cash that Arsenal is paying him. And Nottingham Forest this morning have just actually cleared that with Eddie Nketiah. They've agreed personal terms. He's leaving the football club. And why I'm happy about this, TJ, is that this frees up resources. This frees up that position in our attacking area for someone who's more prolific, someone who can come in and give us something. And you know what? Yeah, there's one thing I know that Flawless doesn't like. Flawless doesn't want to hear that we're out there, getting a striker. He's literally scared that we might actually get Ivan Toney. I mean, I heard him say it live on the show he had yesterday with Vega. So I'm not lying. I'm not putting words into his mouth. He said it himself.
He's not lying. I don't want Arsenal to sign Ivan Toney.
He said it himself. Even Vega was even saying it. I was even shocked when Vega was saying it. These football clubs, they all know that if Arsenal get their hands on a deadly striker who will get 25 to 30 goals in the season, they know it's up. It's game over. So that's why I want us to really
Excuse me?
It's game over. If we get this striker into this football club, it's game over. Gimmicks over.
In what sense?
It's game over. It's Premier League. I'm talking of, I'm talking of the winning of the league. Yeah,
so you think you're just a striker away from winning
the final of the
Okay, going into the final of the what? Going into the final of the what?
Of the Champions League. I said it. Are
you going to win the final? Come on, man. Are you going to win the final?
TJ knows that what we need in this football club is a striker.
Yeah, I believe that, but I don't think that's the end all be all to win the league.
TJ, yeah, our belief system might be quite different. I get that. Yeah, but again, TJ, you cannot tell me if we sign a striker, if we go bring in a Merino, our defense is already the most solid one in the whole of the Premiership.
That's a whole different conversation.
Two of the best.
You see how you tried that? You see how you tried that?
Of the best
let's
look at this holistically. We have two of the best pair of defenders, in the whole of Europe.
I would say two of the best. I would say the two of the best. I would say the two best in the Premier League. I don't know about Europe.
We had 5 players who were just voted into the PFA Team of the Year.
I don't care about that.
See, you know what? Yeah, I know you don't care about that, but There's a Premiership body that cares about that. I'm not saying that we have quality all abroad, but all I'm saying is that there is some quality with this team, at least with some players who are in this team. Our first 11 looks at least a little bit nice, but I want to see changes on that bench. If we can be able to bring in a few signings like this Merino I've been talking about, and if we can go and bring in someone like in the ilk of Ivan Toney or maybe a Gyökeres. This, in the early hours of yesterday, Arsenal went to Napoli's door, knocking on their door early, because I'm already on the next day, but you guys
You're already
are
on the next day,
on
but
the
that
same
means
day.
we're all living on the same planet, though.
No, Tony's on his own planet. He is on his own planet. 100%.
I'm already on Thursday morning.
Tony, I don't know what
in the early hours of Wednesday. TJ, let me get this off. In the early hours of Wednesday, Arsenal went back to Napoli, knocking on that door again. But Napoli said, you know what? Yeah, you need to stump up 100 million. TJ, we need the money to go finance this deal. So about
wait, who 100 million for who? Who did you knock on the door for?
For Victor Osimhen.
To Osimhen.
Arsenal went back this morning.
So Tony, let me ask you a quick question, because you mentioned it about a striker. Do you need a striker and a midfielder for it to be game over, or just a striker? Is it one or two?
Then you have to look at it holistically. We need a midfielder.
I'm asking. So you're saying two? Okay, I agree with that. I think if you sign a quality striker and a quality midfielder, you could
Merino is a quality midfielder. Merino is a quality mid. No problem. I get that. No problem. Yeah. But Merino, to me, to your own opinion, I get that. To TJ's opinion, I get that, and I respect it. But again, if we have a striker that can come in here and put in 20-25 goals for me in a season, if I have Merino in the back pocket and my defense is as solid as what we have right now, and at least going by the numbers we posted last season, my brother, man, I think we should be.
Hey, this is a great point.
We should be crowning Arsenal. We should be crowning Arsenal
because I don't like giving the league. It pays you to admit it. This is a great question and a great point from Sunshine, because I hate giving her any credit. But are the stars aligning on your planet, Tony?
See, Sunshine, I will have that answer for you at least by next week.
Oh,
okay. By the end of the transfer window, that's fair. By
the end of next week, I will have that answer for you, Sunshine. And big ups to Sunshine, doing lots of great shows, both on Twitter and on our channel. Big ups to you. Much respect.
Yes, make sure you subscribe to Sunshine FC. TJ, your thoughts on? Actually, before we get to your thoughts on Nketiah, first and foremost, is just under 50 of you lot locked in. We're only at 25 likes. Let's get up to 40 likes. Like check 1212. Subscribe to TJ Warren TV. Subscribe to Tony Claude Gunner TV. Both links are underneath in the description. I'm going to add them to the title in one moment as well. Warrior J, this is on Eddie Nketiah. Nottingham Forest close to agreeing free with Arsenal for Eddie Nketiah. Nottingham Forest also progressing talks over 25-year-old's personal terms. Top striker candidate. Negotiations continue after 25 million offer rejected. Arsenal want more, towards 30 to 35 million pounds, and that's from my own Steam and The Athletic. Just quickly on this, the craziest part about this, he don't even start for Forest. He ain't better than a 1U, and he ain't better than Chris Wood. But hey, we move. But your thoughts on it, TJ? Must be over the moon with. Is looking close, or this is the closest Nketiah has been to leaving Arsenal.
That even said that personal terms were close. We, at least with Marseille, we had agreed personal terms. So it's actually closer. The Marseille deal was closer than this one is right now. So I don't understand why everybody's getting excited. Like there was some Twitter ITK that I stupidly retweeted, and then I realized who it was, and I was just like, you know what? Why did I do that? Because he said that the deal was near completion, personal terms agreed. Nottingham Forest, I can't stand that club. I don't like that club. Oh, do we have 2 stars? Do you? That whole thing when,
it's the Champions League thing because they got European heritage.
Dust off your history books and let's talk about Nottingham Forest. I don't care. My whole thing here is that even Nottingham Forest are not dumb enough to pay Eddie Nketiah 100 bags a week to sit on the bench. And if they think that he is going to make an impact right away, they might be like, let's try offloading more of our bullshit. Like let's offer Fabio Vieira for 15 grand. Let's do that. Yeah, no. You said, oh yeah, 15 million. No, 15 grand. Get him out too. Like I want. Let's offload all of our garbage to Forest. We tried to do it with Nuno Tavares. He got caught, making out with some puppies, and they sent him to Spain. It's
hey yo,
it's true. No, what? There's video evidence of it.
Tony,
I'm not
everyone has
saying
a big
anything
mouth
that
in the
isn't
chat.
already
Come on,
known.
man.
I'm
Here is just talking about bestiality, and no one is talking.
I know. No, I'm just saying. My dog's underneath my desk. I'm not trying to make out with it. I'm just trying to say. I'm just saying. It's what happened. It was on the internet. Go look it up.
Yeah, Sunshine comes with the WhatsApp.
No,
exactly.
go ahead.
Sunshine,
put all your stick emojis in the chat. That's fine. It happened.
Hey, you know what? TJ a liar. So if he said it happened, I believe him. If TJ said it happened, if the footage is out there, I believe him. I believe him. And to Eli said, if Fabrizio did tweet personal terms agreed, so the wage issue is the transfer.
So they're gonna play 100 bags a week for this guy, and here's where it's gonna break down. They're going to agree on 30. Arsenal are going to push for 35. And then it's going to burn out. I am still with what Flawless said 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago when we were talking about the Marseille deal. I don't think Arsenal are serious about selling him. If they were serious about selling him, we would have shipped him off to France. Bye-bye, auf Wiedersehen, whatever you fucking say it in French.
Yeah, goodbye in French. Let us know in the chat, please, people.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not trying to big up all the French people in the chat, I guess. But no, all I'm saying is, look, I don't understand why we have to make this so hard. He's our third string, fourth string striker. We gave him the 14 as a stipulation as a part of his contract. Thierry Henry, I can't believe he can watch this and be like, oh yeah, I can sign off on this. I'm the steward, as a steward of the club, it's definitely going in the right direction. What? We went from the best player in the history of the Premier League, arguably, to this. And we have Arsenal fans still gassing him up. Well, he could still come good. What are you talking about? Au revoir. Thank you. Au revoir, mon ami. Thank you, Stephanie Griffith. Always coming through in the clutch.
Shout out Stephanie G.
Look, no. And look, if all it takes is a ride to Nottingham Forest and 35 mil, I will fly to London myself and drive him there. I don't know how to drive on the left side of the road. You fucking weirdos do that over there. I don't know how to do that. We're on the right side of the road because we're civilized over here. But if I have to drive on the left side of the road, I'll risk it to get this guy out of my club. It's time to move on and move up. And we're going to get on to the Arteta thing. If Arteta wants to impress me, start getting the garbage out of the club and start bringing quality players into the team. Because we still have plenty of deadwood. We've been trying to get this guy out of our club for 2 years. 2 years. Let me throw some stats at you. 168 appearances in the first team for Arsenal. 38 goals, 7 assists. That's a 25% return for a Premier League striker. That's not good enough. Especially for Arsenal Football Club, who I've been told are competing for trophies. That's what are we serious here? Are you taking the piss? And yes, TJ, you're super angry today because I'm tired of talking about Eddie Nketiah.
I get that.
Eddie Murphy and Nketiah. I flew across the United States of America to watch this guy play striker twice. I want my money back. All he did was back it up in the number 9 position. And he had one chance against Liverpool, and he skied it and nearly hit me in the head. Nearly took my wife's beer out of her hand. Crazy, dude. What are we doing here? Get him out. And at that point, and Tony, I don't know what you're thinking. We're not getting a striker. We're not. We need a striker minimum and a midfielder minimum. We're going to bring in a mediocre midfielder in Mikel Moreno from La Liga, and I know we've talked about this before. I know you don't think he's mediocre.
TJ,
he's mediocre.
No,
it is fair, Tony. Look at his stats in a mediocre. Let me finish, Tony. Tony, you talked for 15 minutes straight. Let me finish. Let me finish. If Mikel Moreno is the only name we're seriously linked with right now, even with Nketiah 1 foot out the door, which I do believe he is 1 foot out the door, but we've seen him 1 foot out the door, and then he gets homesick after stepping outside of the precipice, and he has to step back in. Because, oh no, I don't want to go to France. It's crazy to me that we are not linked seriously to a striker. We had Gyökeres, we had Sesko, even though I didn't rate that to begin with anyway. We had Osimhen, even though I didn't believe those links. We had Tony. Obviously, he's staying at Brentford. Like, we get Tony out of your head. He's not coming. He's not coming.
Yeah, hey, Tony, there's more chance of them signing you.
Yeah,
they're
Tony, they're signing
Clark
Tony
is the more
Clark on our
likely
TV before they're signing Ivan Tony, okay? And look, this is what frustrates me about this club, is that Ivan Tony would be a great striker, but you also have to look at it from Brentford's point of view, and then I'll be done with this. Brentford lose Ivan Tony, they're going down. They're not staying up. So they're going to hang on to him as long as possible to guarantee that they stay in the Premier League. And they wouldn't have walked him into the locker room, everybody clapping him, if he was going to leave. He's not going. He's not going. So there's no striker coming in. I hate to say it. We are going to be stuck with Kai Havertz, who had a great game, by the way. Great game against Wolves. Was cooking against Wolves. Not going to lie. Again, against Wolves, right? We'll see what he does over the next month when we have to play Villa away, Man City away, and Tottenham away. We'll see. We'll see. And then we can have this conversation again. But Tony, let's be honest.
You're
let's
talking
be real, bro.
Take points away from Man City last season.
Last season. Come on. Man City just got Gundogan back. And you guys are like, oh, yeah, we're going to go in there. We're going to trounce them. We're going to get a result. You're crazy, Tony.
We're not taking this teams as idiot teams. Yeah? Come on, man. Don't talk about Wolves like that, man. That's a genuine team that can literally hurt you.
They just lost their best player.
Good, no problem, man.
They just lost their best player.
They took points away from Tottenham Hotspur last season. They took points away from City last season. I don't know. I even sense it that they took points away from Manchester United. The sheer way you just talked about, the condescending way you just talked about Wolves, TJ.
It is condescending. Like it's not condescending when they're at bottom half of the league table. They're going to be fighting relegation all season.
Wolves, and the way you mentioned the Wolves, it doesn't look good.
We
beat a Wolves team.
Wolves will be in a relegation scrap all season long.
Last weekend.
We'll get to that, and this is on Nketiah as well. So further, Tony will be back as well. Nottingham Forest. No, wait, did I get to that one? Here it is. Eddie Nketiah has just agreed on personal terms with Nottingham Forest as talks are advancing to final stages with Arsenal. Nottingham Forest confident to get it done. Feyenoord rejected 26 million euro bid plus add-ons for Santiago Jimenez also offered today. So yeah, don't worry, people. Tony will be back. See, just as I say that, he's back here.
There he is.
He's back. Yeah, Tony is back. No problem. So yeah, personal terms agreed. Now it's on the transfer fee as well. So we got two very contrasting views. Tony thinks Nketiah's on his way out. TJ is much the opposite. TJ, you don't believe Arsenal are going to go and sign a striker. Tony's still holding out hope for an Ivan Tony or Gyökeres or some form of striker at quality. So I hear that. I get that. So off the Eddie Nketiah news, we'll stay with you, TJ. Mikel Arteta, it emerged today. I seen it. Sky Sports News over here in the UK put the story out stating that Arteta is set to sign a long-term contract to Arsenal. Long-term. So that's got to be like 4-5 years. TJ, will go to you first and foremost. Thoughts on that?
Well, it shows that they're done with some sort of whatever 5 year. I mean, if this was a 5-year trial period, it seems like I've lived and died 5 times every year he's been in charge. So it's crazy, man. And here's the thing that scares me, and this is the only thing that this is what Arsenal fans need to think about. You're looking at the chat, you're looking at Chic TV, you're looking at Book of Eli, you're looking at all the legends in the chat, you're looking at this crook Flawless right next to me over here, who is literally going to be celebrate when Mikel Arteta gets a no Flawless. You know it's true that when this guy signs a long-term contract, you're set because you can dust off your history books, Traps, Staffy, the rest of you criminals can throw the last 20 years in my face that you guys have won all these trophies and we haven't, right? And you're confident in doing that because we have a manager that can't win us anything,
You know what's beautiful? You didn't even miss a beat calling me a crook. That's what made me laugh. That was
Well,
the funniest
no,
thing.
it's fine. I mean, it is.
He called him a crook with his full
Look,
chest.
It was
Flawless,
beautiful.
look.
There was no pause. He just
Flawless,
carried on talking. Go on.
No, Flawless, look, we've worked together long enough. It's been been over a year now.
Yeah,
you know, I have no problem calling you a crook. I have no problem calling Traps a crook. I have no problem calling Staffy a crook. You guys dust off your history books, all you Man United fans, even though, despite the fact you guys are squarely in the mud.
Yes, facts.
But you guys still have the trophy cabinet, and ours, we don't need to worry about knocking out a wall at the Emirates to expand ours.
And we are FA Cup champions as well. We did win the FA Cup last season.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you for the reminder.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know. You're right. 10 Hag in, right? Absolutely.
I didn't say all that.
Look. So we're doing this now, yeah? FA Cups, yeah?
So all I'm saying is look, you want to know my thoughts on the Mikel? You want to know my thoughts on the Mikel Arteta thing? Just listen to the ops. Look at the ops. Look at him. He's laughing. He's laughing because he knows that we have a guy that doesn't make the right decisions at the right time. We are 2 or 3, and I said this before, we are 2 or 3 good decisions away from winning the league.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I
don't think you are that far away.
And we consistently make the wrong decisions.
Yeah.
Well. And look, I want, big up manager down there. I want to sing the songs. I want to get excited about the best looking Spaniard we know. But until he starts bringing in consistent results against teams we should be beating, Villa, West Ham, fucking Fulham, then I don't want to hear it, because Man City are reloading. They're getting the boys back together.
Yeah, they got Gundogan back.
They got Gundogan back.
Yeah,
no, and as soon as he was just like,
hey, is it the same quality?
Can I come back home, please?
Yes. Is it the same quality?
Yes.
Yes,
he is.
Is
it the same quality though?
Yes.
Did you watch him in the Euros?
Yes. No. I saw him in Barcelona. No. I can't judge. With the Euros. I can only judge him with what he did at Barcelona.
You can't judge in the Euros. Wait. You can't judge in the Euros, but you judge Moreno in the Euros.
No.
You judge Moreno in the Euros.
You judge Moreno in the Euros. Sufficiently judge him.
But you can
just by the Euros.
Judge the beast. All right, cool. All right, bet.
Okay. I want to be correct.
Again, I did not adjudge Merino merely for his exploit in Euros.
So it's
how many times did he start in the Euros?
Not often. Moreno, not often.
In fact, I think it's only once he started.
And then he came off the bench.
So I'm going off.
Gundogan was the captain of Germany.
I'm going off what he did at Real Sociedad.
Okay, let me ask you a question, Tony, to kill this dead. Let's say so you're linked to Moreno. They're getting Gundogan back. If you could sign one of them for Arsenal, which one are you signing? You have a choice between Gundogan and Moreno.
Can I answer this? Give me some later hosting. I'm going to Germany.
It's better than Moreno. There's no.
All right. Okay. So So that's how far he's fallen off, that he's still better than, as you called him, and I quote, Mikel the Beast Moreno. So if he's still better than Mikel the Beast Moreno falling off, that shows the level he's at.
No, sincerely, it's because we're looking at it from an holistic point of view. In terms of experience, Gundogan has it. In terms of trophies, he's got it. Again, there's so many things a player in the ilk of Gundogan will bring to your team. Like you guys said, is bringing the band together. Bringing the band together, it means something.
Forward passes.
They did it before. They can actually pull it off again. If you did it with the same set of people, you could always go back to war with the same kind of, soldiers and get the job done. So good for them. No problem. But we are the Arsenal. We'll just try and do what we have to do.
And it sounds like a you problem. That's a big you problem.
Gundogan
going
exactly,
back
man.
To City is a big problem.
There's nothing we can do. Let them get the band together. No problem. Let's advance. Let's get midfielder in. Let's go get a striker in. And
aside all that, thing. Tony, your thoughts on Arteta signing a new deal, potentially, and it's looking like signing a new long-term deal.
See, it hurts me, man. I've always been very consistent about this particular about Mikel Arteta. He getting the job. I always felt he wasn't the most experienced kind of guy to take the job. Mostly, Arsenal, this big football club, I didn't really think it would be a necessary fit.
Mhm.
There are two sides to the story. Has he
Okay.
improved this football club better than how it was before? I would say yes. No
Absolutely.
problem. Yeah, absolutely. It's taking us challenging and doing all that. But again, isn't that maybe the extent to which this manager can actually take us to? Yeah, that's the way I'm looking at it. I don't think it's enough. I don't think he's experienced enough. Even if he's gone to back challenges, he also, dragged us back, got eight twice. Am I correct, TJ? Got eight
Yeah,
twice, got
eight
fifth
twice.
the other time. I mean,
Eighth,
it's
fifth, second. Yeah.
eight,
To be
fifth,
fair,
second.
to be fair, that eighth place he was cleaning up after Unai Emery, who
Was
everybody
clean up.
very
But again, the
judgmental.
next season he got eight, right? Yeah, the next
Yeah,
season he
eighth
got
again,
eight.
eighth again.
The full season. Yeah, exactly. So of course, going by judging by the record, he hasn't won trophies, and that's how I evaluate success. It's by how many trophies you've won. The successes you've brought to this team, and I've not seen any success yet. Progressing the team, improving the team, maybe yes, to get us challenging because even at the tail end of Arsene Wenger's reign, he wasn't challenging for titles. Unai Emery, who is also a manager who has actually coached this football club, was a big time failure in this football club. So either way, no matter how we look at it, Unai Emery failed down here. Mikel Arteta possibly has failed down here too. So him signing a new deal, I just think the owners like the guy, they want to put him there
Facts.
to shield themselves from any kind of, any kind of criticism that will be coming from the fan base, in which they're doing it properly. But they did it in a way that you wouldn't even actually have to look at them. By default, the persons you'll be trying to blame is either Mikel Arteta or Edu. TJ Flores, don't forget that the owners of this football club have actually invested $1 billion in this football club
Yeah,
in
it's big
France.
money. Arteta spent
That's
a
big
good amount of
money.
money. Yeah, man, he spent a
That's
big
big.
amount.
Yeah. So they've put in that money there, and now they're putting this manager there to be the fall guy. And Arteta, yeah, of course, he doesn't really care. He doesn't give a damn. This guy is is like is a czar. So he doesn't really care about what we think, what the fan base think. What he does is what he wants to do. And it's working for him. Some part of the fan base, they really like him. I'm just going by his record. His record isn't enough. I don't go by oh, I hate the manager, oh, he's the finest. I'm not all about that, about how a man is fine or how a man is not fine. It's not my business. I care about women. So the fact is he hasn't actually given us enough success to be able to say, hey, this is what you've done, this is what you've achieved in this football club, and this is why you deserve a new contract. He hasn't done any of that. And again, see, TJ, let's also even talk about improvement of players since this manager has come down here. What's his record? You know, checkered strikers, many players he has brought in, he sold them. Nuno Tavares, couldn't even cut it in Marseille. See, I mean, signings upon signings, gone, none of them improving. Lokonga, oh, I do think that has some certain kind of qualities in him, didn't even improve under this manager. Look at Gabby Martinelli. This guy was making moves, making strides. He hasn't improved as a player,
Yeah,
for some couple of years. Eddie Nketiah, I solely blame the manager, Mikel
I
Arteta. To be
don't.
very sincere, I don't even really blame Eddie Nketiah. To be very
I do.
sincere with you, you give this kid 100K in a week, you get the number of your number one legendary player, at least for this century, yeah, that's played for this Arsenal football club that shared number and give this kid plus 100K and telling this guy go and score goals. How would he score goals with that pressure? That number on his back. Do you know what he's carrying? He doesn't have the skill set. His first touch is abysmal.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question, Tony? I'm going to ask you a question.
Good enough. This manager, let me just get this off. And the spaces through which I actually blame this manager is not bringing a big time striker who can get us a more senior striker who can get at least 20-25 goals, to which Eddie Nketiah could feed off. Someone big enough who could get more goals, and Eddie Nketiah will come in, watch this guy play, and try to feed off that big time striker. Now that's down to the manager. Eddie Nketiah has no one to show him any light of day, any vision, nothing. It's just
played with Obama,
trial and error. So I don't know, man. It's just crazy.
Go on, TJ. Ask him the question. Go.
How many games was Eddie Nketiah playing when Aubameyang was here? It was always Aubameyang playing all the time. He overran him.
In the same team. He was in the same team, and he can't learn from him. Anyway, no, that isn't what I was going to ask you, Tony.
Cool.
Tony, so I disagree with you. I do not blame Mikel Arteta for the fact that Eddie Nketiah hasn't worked out. And the reason I say that is because unless he was playing in the under 21s, his GA return per appearance is 25%. Yeah, it was that way. It was that way at Leeds too. Go look at the stats. I have the stats. I have Transfer Market open right next to me. I don't have this off the top of my head. I just I look it up.
Though. I want to see the Premiership numbers.
Forget the Premiership though. So are you against? No, Tony. Are you against Arteta signing a new deal? Back to the original question. Are you against it?
Yeah. I'm against. Yeah, I made that very clear.
I think player development under this manager is definitely a concern, but it's even the problem is he's really not putting players together that can help each other grow. Where he has gotten that right is Gabriel Magalhaes and Saliba next to each other. Saliba makes Gabriel Magalhaes so much better. You saw the drop when Saliba got injured a year and a half ago and we lost the league after having an 8-point lead in 2023. You saw the drop off of the line. You saw how Gabriel was left panicking without that cool, calm, collected Rolls Royce of a fucking center back, Bill Saliba. Okay. Those two make each other better. I truly, truly, truly believe that. But can you say that about anybody else on the pitch other than maybe like Martin Odegaard? Other than that, I really can't. I really can't name a player that he's developed.
Actually, he has improved and developed Kai Havertz. I mean, it's a sad thing to say.
I think he's put Kai Havertz
had his most prolific season on an Arsenal shirt.
Yeah, man, he got 13 league goals, man. Prolific.
Exactly, man. So
13. That's not
Arteta's name.
That's not prolific
on that one.
Yeah, man. Prolific, man.
Well, context is important too, and it's going to sound like I'm defending Kai Havertz. I'm not. But for the amount of times that he started in the 9 position, that's a pretty good return. Now, where we are going to see whether the Kai Havertz experiment is going to work out, and I'm not trying to switch, is this season. It's over the next 2-3 months where I want to see this guy consistently in the 9 because we're not bringing a striker in. So if all the Kai Havertz lovers, the King Kai merchants want to hear an apology out of me, get me 12 points out of the next 4, and I want to see consistent performances out of him, and then I will issue an apology. Until then, I am Kai Havertz.
TJ, why are you doing this, man?
Why am I doing this? Because I watch football with my eyes.
Should be the least person you should be talking about on the show. I'm sorry, man. Man. Look at the numbers he did. Even after we moved him around in left center mid. TJ, let's don't do this, man. The Kai Havertz really gave his best last season. When he came to this football club, I thought he was only going to score 2 goals. If you thought it was going to,
I do my best every day, and sometimes I suck.
I thought it was just going to score 2 goals, but he proved us wrong. See, TJ, there comes a time in a man's life, where
Turafel, I need 20
where
goals
you
for an
just have
apology.
to tone down
league
your
goals, right?
ego.
20 league goals.
League goals.
Bro,
20
just,
league goals, and I'll
just
issue an
tone
apology.
down your
press
ego.
conference style.
Tone down your ego and accept it. Kai have a shit on our faces. We actually thought that this guy wouldn't even score.
Yo! Hey,
I'm serious,
yo!
man. I'm serious, man.
Hey,
This
yo!
guy, see, no. In all seriousness,
This is why I
no
love
one
this
thought
show.
that this guy. No one thought including everyone in the charts. When he came from Chelsea, everyone said we're done. This guy's a waste of space. But we're paying Eddie Nketiah 100, and this guy only scored a hat trick
okay, let me ask you,
against
Tony.
Sheffield United.
Tony. Has Kai Havertz
Come
been
on,
a
like, make
success?
that make sense.
Wait, no. Tony, answer the question. Has Kai Havertz been a success at
Rich
Arsenal so far?
Nelson is on 100.
No, and that's
Rich
not why I
Nelson
asked.
is on 100
That's not
in
why.
this
That's
football
not.
club.
That's not why I asked.
I mean,
That's not why I
come on,
asked.
man.
Has Kai Havertz
What did you
been a
ask?
success?
No.
Has
No,
Kai
wait. Calm down. Calm down, Flawless. Just
I'm
wait,
calm. You
Flawless.
shouting. I'm calm.
Calm down.
You shouting.
I wasn't
I'm calm,
answering.
you shouting.
Wait. Let's get this across. I wasn't answering your question. I was
Yeah, I know
just
you
telling
weren't.
you that
Yeah, I'm
Rich
fully aware
Nelson
of the bad.
is in this
I'm
football
fully
club.
aware of the
Yeah,
bad business
exactly.
Arsenal
Yeah.
have done
So I
putting
wasn't answering your
mediocre
question.
players
Now
and
you
poor
can
players
ask your
on big
question, sir.
wages. Yes, has Kai Havertz been a success at Arsenal so far? So from when he signed that season up until,
you can't say 12 goals is a success. But again, we never knew he would get those numbers.
Right.
We never knew he would get those numbers. I thought it would be a total failure.
I think you do. I think if you put
scoreable.
is dead because people are talking about him scoring them goals. You put any average striker in a top, I'll say 8 team, they are going to get 13 to 15 goals. Nobody rates Nicholas Jackson.
Don't cast stones. Don't cast stones.
Land.
When you yourself went to Atalanta, brought in a striker for about 80-something million pounds, and then that guy did not even score up to 10 goals for you.
He did score 10 goals
last season.
He did score 10 goals.
How many? I think maybe all season. Maybe he scored maybe like 12 goals.
No, we're not talking all season. Now we're changing it. He got to answer your point. He got 10 goals, so he got 3 goals less. Then
okay, good.
You're here hyping up. You know who scored more than Kai Havertz in a playaway?
But he was brought in for big time money. 80-something million pounds.
He's not good enough.
I brought in Kai Havertz for about 60-something million pounds. So why should we be casting stones when you had a striker you bought for 80-something million pounds and he couldn't even score you up to 15 goals?
Because Kai Havertz couldn't score you up to 15 goals. Kai Havertz couldn't score you up to 15 goals. This is why you're sat here talking about a striker week in, week out, because he's not good enough. The same way that striker we don't rate, who was the worst.
But again, he's not bad to have on the bench, though.
Squad player.
Kai Havertz isn't a bad striker to have on the bench.
I agree. Squad player. That's what he is. That's his level.
I get. That's why I want a striker, of course.
Of course, you want us to. But they're not talking about that at the moment. He starts for you lot. Same way Nicholas Jackson, who no one rates, outscored him in a worse team. Nicholas Jackson scored more league goals than him. Nicholas Jackson's no good. Havertz is no good. Hoyland is no good. What are we talking about?
Again, you're rating him. But again, you're rating him based on those goals that he scored. How about his layoffs? How about how about Kai Havertz? How about his layoffs?
I think his
aerial ability? How about
his link work? I think he's overrated. I think he's supremely overrated.
His walk rate?
Supremely overrated.
Press?
Mediocre.
How about his? I know he's mediocre, but again,
mediocre.
He's
so what are we talking about?
What many Arsenal fans thought. Let's be frank with what
because the bar was on the floor.
I'm just saying,
because the bar was on the floor.
I'm a fair person. I'm a very fair man.
100%. Is he a success at Arsenal, though? Is that
no? Let's be fair.
He's not been a success at Arsenal.
Let's be very fair with our criticism. That's all I'm saying.
I have a different take on this.
I'm not saying he blew the water over us.
I have a different take on this because I came on this show. What was it, like 14 months ago or something like that? Mm-hmm. And we were talking about this, and my bar was through the floor. So as far as my expectations of him in the club, those have been exceeded. I think he belongs in the squad, but as a consistent number 9 in the big bad Premier League, and somebody who needs to also perform in the Champions League before we get embarrassed like that, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. Do I think
Sure,
he is
sure.
a
I
Premier
agree
League
with you.
player?
That's why
Yes.
me and you are talking about
Yes.
the
But
striker.
the bar is on the floor with this guy. And I think that like 60 million down the drain. Yeah, they don't bring up the 280 million we're paying, or 280,000 we're paying him a week. You know what I mean?
Is he on 280?
Yeah. So what are we doing here?
He's one of the highest earners at the football club.
No, that's terrible.
I think right behind Bukayo Saka.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying here is, guys, is like, look, everybody, when we brought him in, if you were an Arsenal fan and you were excited, you were lying to yourself.
True. No one was
excited. We saw what we were doing.
So
that's my point, Tony, is that everybody had such low expectations. So when he comes in here and does literally the absolute minimum required to stay in the squad, and for me, that says something. That's a
squad. He's a squad player. And 1 second, let me just get to this. I big up to Eli. Says, to be fair, Flawless Havertz played 19 games as a striker, scored 14 goals. But I agree, because when you look at who did he score them against?
Eli, and he's
relegation for them.
Did he score? Here's another question. Here's another question too: is did he score all 14 of those goals playing in the 9 too? Because he nicked a few playing outside of that too.
Yeah, so again, and
you know what? We've totally thrown away that he started in left centre mid.
No, I'm about to get to that. It goes to show how good a striker he is, that the manager who spent money on him after his poor performances at Chelsea said, I don't want you to play striker. I want you to play as an 8. Played him in an 8. See how piss poor he was as an 8 and was like, all right, let's try you as a 9. Because is he a better 9 than he is an 8? Yes, but he's a limited 9. He's limited. He's a squad player.
Okay. So going by this now, do you agree that if he started as a number 9, going with the numbers right now, do you agree he would have scored more than those 12 goals in the league if he started as a main striker?
Yeah, he would have a lot of averages. Yeah,
it would have, right? Yeah, exactly. Yes. So if he's
exactly
putting in those, if you put
Nicholas Jackson, if you put Nicholas Jackson in your team, he gets more than the 14 goals he scored. Neither of them are good enough for Arsenal for where you lot are trying to go to. What we talking about?
No, we don't know.
Yes, he would, because he played in a worse team. Nicholas Jackson played in a worse team and scored more than what we talking about.
No, we don't. We don't know if Jackson would acclimatize to the team in any way.
Jackson played in a worse team than him and scored more goals than him. He played in a team that was mid-table for the vast majority of the season. So if you put Jackson in a better team, where he has more better physical attributes, what we're talking about here, they don't have the style.
We play different styles.
The point I'm making is, it's nothing to beat your chest to say, would he have scored more goals? Yes. Same way Jackson would have scored more goals. Okay,
no, I don't agree. No. Flawless, I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you. I don't see again, we can all go into the dynamics of how they play. Yeah, I don't see Jackson on a regular basis going back, trying to get the ball, at least maybe fighting for the ball in the middle of the park and coming out, at least in striking position. I don't see him helping out in the middle of the park.
He does helping out because he has better physical attributes than Kai Havertz. So he's fine with that.
No. I don't see him progress the ball from the middle. He's always waiting around as a number 9. But Kai Havertz doesn't just wait around. Kai Havertz is always making runs. He's always going deep into the midfield, getting the ball, battling. He's always pressing. Jackson isn't even an elite presser of the ball. I like Kai Havertz when he's pressing high up the pitch. I like him when he even goes. I even like Kai Havertz going backwards.
The point I'm making is none of them are good enough. The point I'm making is none of them are good enough. What are we talking about here? The same way Kai Havertz
does a lot off the ball than Jackson does at Chelsea.
Cool. Neither of them are good enough.
So he wastes more time
none of them are good enough.
Fighting
it doesn't matter.
Ball. Jackson is just up front in that Chelsea front.
None of them are good enough.
That Chelsea
and Kai Havertz was up front for them too, and didn't score that amount. When Kai Havertz was there, he didn't score. And Havertz was in better teams than him at Chelsea, and he still scored less than him. And he played as the 9 the whole season.
Kai Havertz is a Champions League winner.
What are we talking about? Oh, okay.
Please don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this.
And he scored the winning goal.
So Timo Werner. Timo Werner is a Champions League winner.
Going low. Let's all go low.
Let's go. Timo Werner is a Champions League winner.
I'm
Timo
not
Werner's
gonna
a
be
Champions
the
League
Barack
winner. Mason
Obama
Mount is
who would go high.
Christian
No, let's
Pulisic
go.
is a Champions League winner.
Let's go
Pulisic
to
is a
low
Champions
blow.
League winner. Let's
We
go.
won the Champions League.
Yeah,
Let's
cool.
go
Yeah,
the
he
low
did.
blow.
Let's go low. You know
Since
who
we're
didn't win the
all
Champions
going
League?
low,
Arsenal. You know what I'm
let's go
saying? That's
low.
who's not won the Champions League, mate. How many
Let's
Arsenal
all
players won
go
the
low.
Champions
We
League?
won the
Let's
Champions
talk it.
League.
Who?
We
How
scored
many
the
Arsenal
goals
players
that
won the
won the
Champions League?
Champions
A
League.
How many
couple,
Arsenal
a
players?
couple of them
What
have
are we
won after
talking
they
about?
left the
How
club.
Yeah. How many
Let's all
Arsenal
go
players have
low.
won the Champions League? Let's do it. How
See,
many Arsenal players won the Champions League? Huh? Yeah,
bro,
exactly.
I
You
have
know what
a
I'm saying? How many
Champions League
Champions
winner
League you
in
got in
my
your
team.
trophy?
I have a
Yeah,
Champions League
exactly.
winner in my
Who?
team.
Who?
Again, see, Kai
Go on.
Havertz.
Back to the
What
point.
are you talking about?
Oh yeah, cool. And you want to replace him?
Talking about?
He's that good that you want to replace him. He's that good. You want to replace him. All this
I'm not
defending of the
saying
player
throw
you
away
would
Kai
replace
Havertz.
today. What we talking about here? A
No,
player you would
and
replace
again,
today, Tony. What we talking about?
see,
You sit
see,
here every
see.
week talking about needing a striker, but this man is that good. No, he's not that good. And you and Arsenal fans like you just can't accept it. He's bang
Did I
average.
say he's
He's
that
mediocre.
good? Why
No,
would I
you are
be
so why
high
are you
average
defending him?
for a
Oh, he
striker?
battles in the
I'm
midfield
just
and he
saying
drops
it's
short.
better than what you're saying.
It's not.
Because
We
you-
both
you've
think
tried
he's
to
average.
drive him down
We
the
both
toilet,
think he's
and
average.
I
We
wouldn't
both
do that.
no. You just don't like the fact that how I say it. We
You
both
have
think
a
he's
more
average.
better striker
We
in
both
your
think he's
team than
average.
Kai Havertz
Yes, I
right
think
now.
yes,
If you have-
yes.
Ooh,
I've
ooh,
seen him once,
ooh.
Xerxes. I've seen him once. He's better than Havertz. Yes, I've seen
Oh,
enough
man.
already in 10 minutes.
Guys in the charts, please.
10 minutes.
Can
Yes,
we,
yes.
please, guys,
100%.
can we
Yes.
call Flawless to order?
I need to
Yeah.
watch.
What
Apparently I
is
need to
this?
watch the United game back.
Yeah,
Flawless,
Yes.
what is this?
Yeah.
Zexy to
because you
Kai
don't
Havertz.
again because you
What is
you
this?
jump because
How
you jump to
low do we
conclusions.
have to go?
You don't. It's not about going low.
TJ,
You
you
don't
have
have to go.
nothing to
You
say?
don't have to. You don't have to
Don't,
go.
no,
for-
no, don't do that.
Days.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
allow
You don't have
Flawless
to
to
go.
go this low.
You
You
don't
don't even
have to
want to
go.
help him, man.
No, it's not about low. You don't have to be that good to be better than Havertz because he's bang average. He's mediocre. You Arsenal fans just don't like the fact when I say it because it's like, oh, the way you
And
talk about
Zexy-
him,
and
you think he's
Zexy
average.
isn't
I think he's
mediocre.
average. No, he's not mediocre. No, Kai Havertz has never scored a goal like that in his life. Show me a clip of Kai Havertz scoring a goal like that. That goal he scored against Fulham. Show me the clip, Tony. Show me the clip, Tony. Tony, show me the clip.
Flawless,
Find me
where-
the clip. No.
what is
Find
Zexy's
me the clip.
numbers?
Find me the clip.
What is
You know what I'm
Zexy's
saying? Find
numbers
me
in
the
the
clip.
last?
Find me the clip. He plays for Bologna. I bet his number at Bologna is the same as Havertz at Chelsea. I bet it's similar. One's a mid-table Italian.
Bro,
What we talking about now? Man got 12 league goals. You know what I'm saying? What we talk 13 league goals in a side that scored 91. Your team scored 91 and he got 13. That's a terrible
Guys,
return. You know what I'm saying?
guys,
That he's just a more
you see-
techie Eddie Nketiah. That's what he is. If we're being really real, he's a more
Okay, let's
techie
not,
Eddie.
let's not disrespect Kai
If we're
Havertz.
being really Eddie, if we're being
Okay,
really real,
no
he's a
problem,
better
man.
version
TJ,
of him.
you're here seeing
What are you
this,
talking
man.
about? What are
You
you
hear
talking
No.
about?
Man,
Here's the thing.
man,
No, here's the
then, yeah,
thing. Though, is
saying that- saying
I've
that
said all I
you
needed to
just
say,
came
and I'm
into
not
this
trying.
league and scored a lucky goal.
Don't-
Yeah,
Tony,
It's
Tony,
better
where you
than
made the
Kai
mistake?
Havertz. Come on,
Tony,
man.
where you made the
Let's-
mistake?
let-
Tony, where
let's
you
have
make
some
where you're
power
making the
and
mistake
see
is you
it
keep
from
dragging
Deco.
United. Hold on,
Parliamentary
Tony.
decorum down here.
Tony, hold on.
This is a big
Where
channel.
you
Let's
make- Oh,
let's
man.
don't go to the.
Are you
gutter.
listening to
Let's
anything
don't
I'm
go
saying?
that low.
No, he's not. He's not.
Okay, Tony, listen. Where you make the mistake is you're dragging Man United into this where you shouldn't even be worried about Man United. Stop worrying about Man United. Stop drawing comparisons to them. They are not anywhere near us right now. Okay, in the league. Okay, you can keep your FA Cup flawless. Keep your FA Cup, my friend. That's fine. That's fine. All I'm saying is, Tony, is where you lose.
Your eyes.
Tony,
Look at
Tony,
him.
where
He's
you
laughing.
lose
He's
the
laughing
argument
at
is
us.
where you bring
Look,
in
TJ,
Hoyland comparisons.
Look,
We're a completely
look,
different
he's
team than them.
He just got a straight face back. He just, he's an actor. Yeah, everyone knows he acts too. This guy knows how to do this thing. Yeah. He was laughing just a couple of minutes ago. Now he's done. Look.
Are you calling me a fake?
No.
I
I'm
think
talking
he's
of
talking about me.
Flawless.
Oh,
Just
he's talking
listen
about
to
you?
me.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
No, but here's
He's laughing at us. He's laughing at us.
I'm laughing
He's
at you.
literally laughing at
Because you know
us.
what it is. Because you know what it is. Because it's great. Because Arsenal fans always do this. Because you've had the same reaction. Troops has had the same reaction. Muntz has had the same reaction. Many other Arsenal fans have the same reaction when I talk about Kai Havertz. Tony, you think he's average. I think he's average. It's okay for you to say he's average, but when I say he's average, you're talking down on him. No, I think he's a good squad player for you. Is he good enough for where you're trying to go to? No. People just don't like it when it's me. He's bang average. He's a mediocre striker. He's a mediocre player. Why is this news? He was mediocre at Chelsea and he's been mediocre at Arsenal. What are we talking about?
If you're talking about if you're talking about like people outside of the top gooners who like get tunnel vision, right? Who
Yeah.
get into the Arsenal echo chamber, which I get caught up in the Arsenal echo chamber too. For all of my sports teams, for all of my clubs, right? I get stuck in the echo chamber of, oh, I really want these, King Kai, let's make a song for him, all this stuff. But if you go outside of that, you go and you take a step back and you look at what he does for the team compared to other star strikers in the league. And I'm talking star strikers. I'm talking the Alexander Isaks, the Tonys, the Hollands, any other 9 in the league. Tony, I'm sorry, he's average, man. Until I'm proven otherwise, which, again, I want to be proven otherwise, Tony.
TJ, I've not said he's
I
not
want to
average.
sing the song.
So what are we
TJ,
debating?
I've not said
what are we
he's not
debating,
average.
Tony?
What are we talking about?
What are we debating?
No, I'm just saying that Flawless wants to take him down the gutters. And
I said he's average. See, again, you just don't.
He wants to take him down the gutters.
He's not taking him down the gutter.
He's
calling
not
him
such a
average.
shitty guy.
I didn't say he's a shitty guy. I didn't say he's shitty. I didn't say he's shitty. I never said he was shitty. I never said he was shitty. That's your emotions. That's your emotions talking.
He's an average guy. Yeah, I get that.
And I said that.
Come on,
I said that.
Let's
That's your emotions talking. I never said he was in the toilet. That's your emotions talking, my friend. I never said he was in the toilet. That's your emotions talking.
No, you don't have to say it.
I said
by
he's average.
Comparing him, you don't have to say it.
I said he's
comparing him to Zexi,
I didn't compare him to Xerxes. I didn't compare him to Xerxes. I didn't compare. You brought that question up. You brought that up and don't like my response. If you kept Manchester United out your mouth, that doesn't happen. I didn't bring Xerxes into the conversation. You did. Bear in mind, we're nowhere near you. What you need to be, you're worried about the wrong side of Manchester. You need to be worried about the blue side. The red side's not a problem for you. Lot. You don't need to be worried about that and what they're doing. You brought it up. Never mind whether he's better than the Manchester United striker. Is he better than the City striker? Absolutely not. And there lies your problem. That's why you lot are going to go trophyless again this season. What are we talking about? That's what you need to be worried about. Go get a striker that's close to Haaland. Don't worry about whether he's better than Xerxes and how many goals Højlund scored and all this nonsense that don't matter, all this gaslighting. Nothing to do with nothing. So why buy you? So why mention Manchester United? We have nothing to do with the conversation.
It just hurts.
Tony, we're so much better than they are too. It's crazy. Why are we bringing them up? We should literally be doing the double over them easy this season, and we're worried about Man United.
You worried about us, so don't say, oh, you compared him to Xerxes. You brought it up. Now, if I've only seen Xerxes a short minute, but if I have the choice between the two, I'm taking Xerxes. You know why? Because I think Havertz
over a Champions League winner.
Yes.
Oh my!
Yes.
Over a Champions League winner. Over someone who has scored more goals than Xerxes in the league, who has more experience in this league.
Yes.
Someone who will give you an accurate.
Why are we celebrating Kai Havertz achievements with Chelsea?
He will give you a presser.
Yes,
I
don't want. I don't want it. If we sign Kai Havertz, if we sign Kai Havertz, I'd stop doing watch-alongs.
Okay,
if we sign Kai Havertz, I'd stop.
Let's don't pretend. TJ, let's don't pretend his goal against Wolf isn't a worldie. Let's don't pretend.
It wasn't a worldie.
It wasn't a worldie. It was. You know what was a worldie? The cross in. That was a worldie. Bukayo Saka had one of his best games I've ever seen him play in an Arsenal shirt, and everybody's talking about Kai Havertz. It's fucking crazy.
TJ, why are you trying to do this to Kai Havertz, man?
I'm not doing anything to Kai Havertz.
That guy has been through lots of stuff, man.
I don't care.
When he came into this
Kai Havertz is not okay. I'm going to tell you a story. Kai Havertz is getting paid 280 bags a week. He just got married to what is probably a fucking German supermodel. He is not worried about me. Okay?
He's the best striker we have.
He's not worried about me.
He's the best striker we have.
That lies the problem. And that is the problem. And that is the problem. That is the problem. And that's the problem, Tony. That's the problem. That's a major problem right there. That's why you're sat here talking about we need to sign a striker because the one you have is not good enough. Bear in mind, I think Trossard would do a better job as a false.
And I agree, he's average. See, Mongezi, I'm not saying he's not average.
We all saying he's average. We all saying he's average.
Again, I'm saying he's also that kind of player we can have as a squad player.
Yes, we agree.
That's what I'm saying. So
what you
I'm not going to sit down here for people to just shit on his name.
You shit on him.
We're not shitting on him.
You shit on him.
If we
you shit on him.
We're not shitting on him.
Who shit on him? I said he's bad average.
Zexy and all these weirdos.
I didn't compare him to Xerxes. Again. I didn't compare him to Xerxes.
Xerxes a weirdo.
I didn't compare him to Xerxes. I haven't
even seen Xerxes play. How is he a weirdo?
Yes. All I'm saying is Kai
Bro,
Havertz has never scored a goal
that's
like
a
that in
code.
his life.
That's a code name. That's my own personal code name I coined for all these pretender strikers. Yeah, like all
Well,
this,
like Kai Havertz,
all
pretender
this
strikers.
sexy, all this, all these
Hey,
guys.
Oh
with
yeah,
no
you
socks,
brought Manchester United up into this.
the
And like I said,
weirdo
I'm
strikers.
taking
Yeah.
Xerxes. I'm
And the
taking
one they brought from Atalanta, all these weirdo strikers.
Man, strike
You know,
force is
instead
Havertz
of
and
man to
is
be training,
Havertz and
man was
Nketiah,
busy removing the pimples from a doctor in Turkey. Man United don't even have any striker better than Kai Havertz. Then
Cool.
what gives you the moral standard to actually stay there? Flawless.
Stay there and what?
What gives you the moral standard to throw stones and cast stones at
I'm not throwing
Arsenal?
stones.
When I
I'm not throwing
have
stones.
a striker who is better than all your strikers,
I don't think he's better. That's where we
Manchester
disagree.
United.
That's where
No,
we
you
disagree.
don't think it's an opinion.
No.
It's not
Yeah.
fact.
Yeah,
I'm
it's not
dealing with
facts. We're giving our opinions. What's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
fact? So it's your
that's
opinion.
not
It's your
fact.
opinion.
That's
Yours is
fact.
opinion that Havertz
It's
is better
better
than every
than any
striker we have.
striker you
That's
have
an
at Manchester
opinion.
United.
That's an opinion. That is an opinion.
It's not
That is an
it's
opinion.
fact.
That's
It's
how is
fact.
it fact? Based off of what? How is it
Because
fact?
he has
How is it
numbers.
fact? So we going up
because he
goals
has-
now. So
because
we
he
going
has
up goals.
numbers.
So we going up goals.
Because he has
So we going
numbers
up
that
what
totally
numbers?
outshine
What
any
numbers?
of your
What
strikers.
numbers? What numbers? What numbers?
How many Premier
numbers?
League goals
So we
does
going off
Zexi
just
have?
numb's Premier League
No,
goals. He just got here.
let's
got
go to
here.
Premier League goals.
He just
Yeah,
got here.
how
He
many?
played one match.
Hey,
Oh, he just got here. Then that's
100%.
what
He's
I'm
got
saying. It's fact.
100%. He's
You think I'm
100% on
stupid?
his
That's why I
shot
said it.
attempt.
It's fact.
Okay.
100%
How's it
conversion
facts?
rate.
He's
It's
got
fact.
1 and 1. He scored 1 goal in the league.
One
this
shot,
season.
one goal. That's pretty
Havertz has
good.
got 1 goal. What are we talking about here? So no one threw
Okay.
stones. You just can't take it. Get out your feelings, man. It's not my fault that your strike is
No
mediocre.
problem, man.
You know what I'm saying? And that you gonna fall
problem.
short again. That's not my fault. I told you this last season. Man didn't
No
want to
problem.
listen. And you fell short. No. It's a
TJ,
problem for
who
you.
is
It's
Man
not no problem.
United playing
So we move.
this weekend? Oh my God.
I don't know. I don't care.
Brighton.
We play
Brighton.
Villa.
We're
We
playing
play
Brighton
Villa.
away. Brighton away.
you
You
play-
play
And
Villa
you'll
away.
beat him. And you'll beat him.
You're playing Villa away. You know what I'm saying? We move.
Do you know
And
the
we'll beat
last
them.
time Man United beat Brighton?
Yeah, the last game of last season, we beat Brighton.
When?
You guys will beat
Last
him.
season, the last game of last
Didn't
season.
you guys
we
beat?
beat Brighton.
Yeah, didn't you guys?
No,
You guys
Brighton
beat
beat
pretty
you.
handily.
No.
Brighton
The
beat
last
you
game,
last
the last game of last season, we beat Brighton at Brighton.
No, but they beat you last season, right?
Yes, they beat us once. We beat them once.
Okay.
We beat them
let's
last
see.
game of last season.
I wanna see
That
Zexi
killed that
score
dead.
goals.
Yeah, the wheel. Yeah, the wheels
I
got
want to
cut
see
out of that
Zexi
real
score
quick.
goals.
Wheels
How
got the
about
legs got cut off that real quick. Legs got cut off that real quick. Better come with your facts when you're talking about me. That is a fact. You know what I'm saying? If you want to
TJ
talk
was.
facts,
Let's
we'll
allow
talk facts.
TJ talk, man. We've been going.
Oh
Let's allow
yeah. Now
TJ.
you are back out. You get what I'm saying in that. And I would say we wait on Kai Havertz to score goals, but we know he don't do that, so we can't even wait on that. At least with Xerxes, there's an unknown. Kai Havertz hasn't scored goals his entire career. What are we talking about here? Since he was in Germany, what are we doing? And what's his record in Germany? Since you know all the facts, what's his high score? How many has he scored in Germany, Tony? Since you know all the facts and all the stats and all the figures, what's his highest return in Germany?
Bro, I'm not gonna.
Oh
just
yeah,
want
you
TJ
don't know. Yeah, exactly. Innit? Yeah.
TJ.
Lee Slims, big up for the super chat. Tony, do you know
Big
you
up
don't
to
have
Lee
to
Slims,
defend
man.
every
Real
time?
one.
Big up the petitions. Tony, you do know you don't have to defend Arsenal on everything a rival says.
True.
Some things are true, like Kai being mid. Allow it, man. I can't accept it, man. You just don't like the fact it's me and saying it because I'm a United fan. You know what I'm saying? Put your trophies on the table in the last 5 years. Don't worry about my football club. We've been more successful than you in the past half
Carling Cup.
decade.
Yeah. No
FA
problem.
Cup,
Yeah.
FA Cup,
Let's have a
FA Cup,
party.
FA Cup, FA Cup, mate.
Yeah, let's
FA
have a
Cup.
party. Yeah,
FA Cup,
Carling
mate. Yeah, FA Cup. But again, selective hearing, man. You move like a gal, I get it. You
man.
know what I'm saying? FA Cup, fam.
Oh, my
Yeah.
days.
You move like a woman, man. I get it. I understand. FA Cup. FA Cup. You know what I'm saying? Same way. When's the last time you beat Brighton? Last game of last season. What are we talking about here? Come out, the king don't miss. You know what I'm saying? And that you need to be better, man. You gotta do better. You gotta do
Hey,
better.
YG, no
Gotta
one
do
cooked
better.
No one cooked anybody,
Gotta
bro.
do better.
No one cooked
Gotta do
anybody,
better.
bro.
Oh yeah,
No one
yeah.
cooked
I know this.
anybody, bro.
He just
You know.
upset that I'm the one talking because that's what he keeps saying. Oh, how can you cast zones? Because Kai Havertz is mid. You know what I'm saying? What we talking about here? He is. What we doing?
Bro, that is his own idea. I'm a full-blown man, born a man. If he has a problem with, with people, without their response,
Stereotypical woman. Sorry,
that's his,
sunshine. I should have said
that's
that.
that's his own stuff.
Stereotypical
That's
woman.
his
That's what I
own
should say.
stuff, bro.
Stereotypical. I should have added that. I apologize. Stereotypical. That's what I should say. Nah, he's mid. You know what I'm saying? He's mid at Arsenal.
He's
and
not
then a worse
below
team,
mid. He's mid.
He was
He's mid.
below mid. He was below mid at Chelsea because they were a below mid team for the vast majority. But because Arsenal are a much better side, the level is going to be raised automatically. What are we doing? And big up. I didn't even realize this was Connor. Make sure you subscribe
Big
to
up
the
Connor.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Big ups, Connor.
Can I answer a question real quick?
Of course,
Can
of
I
course,
answer?
of course.
Ryan says, TJ, I was in America last week. Why did you not come and meet me? Because I would have ran as far away from you as I could have if I knew that. If you were in New York, I would have ran to LA. If you were in LA, I would have ran to Manchester. Like I want to stay as far away from you as possible.
Yeah.
Big up, Ryan.
Shout out Ryan every single time. Shout out Ryan.
Big
And that
up
being said,
BX Gunner, man. BX Gunner is down here, man. Big up
big up
to you, man.
BX Gunner as well. Mikel Moreno on the verge of joining Arsenal as expected. Direct club-to-club talks in London are proceeding very well, and Moreno has clearly asked Real Sociedad to go. Matter of details, and then Moreno will become new Arsenal player. I'll go to you for TJ. Thoughts on? It seems this deal is closing in. That's from Romano as well. Fabrizio Romano.
Good.
Yeah,
We'll see what he can do playing in Arteta's system. Like I've said before, and I'll say it again. His passing in the Euros, his passing in La Liga leaves a lot to be desired. You can talk about aerial duels and all you want, but we need a player that can pass vertically up to our wingers and up to our world-class striker Kai Havertz.
He's also a good passer of the ball.
He's not a good passer of the ball. 50% is not a good passer of the ball, Tony.
He's not a good passer of the ball.
He's not a good passer of the ball.
He operates in pocket spaces.
Look at Tony. Please look at his passing stats from last season and tell me he's a good striker, or tell me he's a good midfielder. No. Just get the here's the thing that's going to impress me the most about this Flawless. It getting done. It getting done. I said last season, it seems like last season. I said last week that I was going to look like Santa Claus by the time Moreno got across the line. Dude, I had 3 or 4 grays grow in just right ever since. That's what this club does to me, man.
That's just live streaming with Tony. That's what that is. But carry on as you would.
Oh, okay. Well, no, that's what I'm saying is like, I'm just happy that we're getting this across the line. So, but this is it. Like Arsenal fans, we got to realize that this is going to be the last signing of the transfer window. We're not bringing in a striker. There's 10 days left. Nothing's getting across the line. We're not even credibly linked to a striker. So we are. You got to ask yourself: have we significantly improved our bench and our starting 11 over this transfer window? The answer is no. So yeah, rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Like I said, Flawless, I told you in the chat, I'm just going to take video from our podcast last year, and I'm just going to run them. I'm just going to run them every single time. When Kai Havertz happens to have a good game, I'll find that game when he got the winner against against Brentford. Okay, I'll find that one and I'll send it to you, and I'll be like, Flawless, I'll catch you next week. That is exactly what I'm going to do, because we are in the same boat while Man City continues to rebuild and bring in the old guard, bring in the old cornerstones, and bring in who is that guy? Savio. Yeah, Savio. And you're bringing
Savio is injured. Savio is injured.
Doesn't matter, Tony.
Bob is injured.
Tony,
they have injuries in that team right now.
Tony, the point is that these guys are ambitious. They identify who they want and they bring them in. They are bringing in a replacement striker for Julian Alvarez, who will, by the way, I don't even know who the guy's name is, but I can guarantee you in 2 years he's going to be double what he's worth now, at least, because he played for Man City and he won trophies. What are we doing? Sorry, I know I'm like super amped and sorry, Flawless. I gotta get into the car after this, but like. It's super frustrating to see people not see the forest through the trees. Like, yeah, of course. We got a signing over the line. Yeah, great. Chelsea did 3 in the time that it took us to do 1. What are we doing here? What are we celebrating? A win against Wolves. That's what we're celebrating. A win against Wolves.
And just quickly, I know you gotta go, so quickly, just 2 minutes. Your thoughts on the game? Obviously, it was a fairly routine win.
Yeah, thoughts on the game, and everybody's making fun of me because I didn't watch the game live. Sorry, guys, I had family stuff I had to take care of.
Yeah, no, you got
but I watched it back. And I was very, very impressed by the way we ended the game more than the way we started the game. I thought we we were mediocre in the first half, just kept possession, but weren't finishing. And that was still a problem that we had that's carrying over from last season. So that's something that I need to see. If you want to see me have any sort of confidence or any sort of chest on this podcast or anywhere else about us competing for the league this season, we have to start finishing. We have to start capitalizing on those chances that we send wide. For instance, I thought Kai Havertz had a fantastic game. As much as I was just shitting on him, apparently, he had a fantastic game against a mid-level club. Bukayo Saka, I thought, was fantastic as well. If we have games like that from Bukayo Saka all season long, he's going to be player of the year. He was fantastic. Goal, assist, that cross into Kai Havertz right on his dome piece. All Kai Havertz had to do is this. That's all he did. That's all he had to do. Be in the right position, and Bukayo Saka did the right.
He did not have to make a run. He did not have to leap.
He literally
professionally head that ball in.
TJ, don't make a bigger deal out of it than it was. Okay, don't make a bigger deal out of it. Was it a good finish? Yes, it was a good finish.
Don't make a run. Don't be in the right position at the right time.
If you're talking about
the right measurement, the right leap,
it's the
right height, the right width with the head.
My right winger, Bukayo Saka, baby. Welcome back. It's good to see him. It's good to see him back after a break too. It's good to see. Like, this is what a fully healthy Bukayo Saka can do. He cooked. Other players that were very, very good. I thought Odegaard was really good. Incredible on the ball. You can see what this guy does when he gets space. He can create. He was absolutely cooking. I thought he was fantastic. Again, Starsky and Hutch, great match. The only things that I thought were a little bit sus, or the only players that I thought were a little bit sus, were, again, our fullbacks. Zinchenko dribbling the ball up, giving it away in the midfield. I saw that happen more than a few times. We still have a problem at the left back position. Left back position, and we're going to continue to play him until Calafiori gets up to speed. Like, we're at the position now, again, Arsenal fans, I'm talking to you. I'm going to look into the camera at this. He is going to continue to start Zinchenko until Zinchenko makes a large mistake. It's going to take a massive gaffe, again, as if he hasn't made enough gaffes over the last 2 seasons for us to justify replacing him in that position permanently. But no, we're gonna slap 17 on him. We're gonna treat it like a new coat of paint, and we're gonna expect him to be a different player. He's not. He was carrying the ball up the pitch, giving the ball in the way in the midfield like he does when he was wearing 35. So sorry to play spoiler alert. Yep. But he'll start against Villa. He'll start against Tottenham. He'll start against Man City, and mistakes will be made. And with that, Flawless, I gotta go.
Before you go, just one last thing. Scoreline prediction for that game: Aston Villa, Arsenal, 5:30 p.m. UK time on Saturday.
I'm going with your posture. I'm not going to predict a loss this early in the season. I'm going 2-1 Arsenal. Let's go.
Okay, I respect that. Zinchenko, Kai Havertz goals. Let's go.
No. Okay, don't say all that. Come on, now you're getting carried. No, see, this is why I call you a criminal without even taking a breath, because
I agree, TJ.
I agree. When you get them, I'm about on my way out, and he's gonna kick me in the ass on the way out. Big up,
TJ, every single time. Bless up. TJ, every time and every single week. Hey, everyone who's here right now, make sure you subscribe to TJ Warren TV. The link is in the title, TJ Warren TV. Just click the link and it opens up a new tab and go subscribe to his channel. Great content creator. TJ, catch up with you soon.
I'll see you later, brother.
Every single time. Bless up.
Big up, TJ. Take care.
Shout out to TJ. Same question to you here, Tony, with this. Thoughts on the Arsenal 2, Wolves 0 game. What positive you saw, and any negatives that concerned you during the game, I should say.
Yeah, see, unlike TJ, I really thought that, in the first 20 minutes that, Arsenal pressed them. We kind of like put a lot of pressure on them, and of course that whip, that cross from Bukayo Saka, the right measurement. See, you can't go wrong when you deliver such passes into the box like that. You can never go wrong. The Wolves defenders completely caught out of place, out of shape. They couldn't handle the sheer power of Kai Havertz. Unlike TJ, I really felt that Kai Havertz had to do more. He had to do more to actually get that ball into the net. You have to have the right balance. You have to have the right leap. You either have to know whether you're going to head the ball or you're going to just have a glance. Definitely flawless. You play football. You need to, of course, you definitely need to know the measurement, either
Goal.
just
It was a good
with
goal.
a
He
power
was
header
brave.
or you're going to
Very,
glance the
very,
ball. Yeah, you
very
have to
brave.
have
He was
those
very brave.
dynamics thought about in such a short time, to get that ball in. So, I really give kudos to Kai Havertz for scoring that goal, man. It really took, a lot, to get that in. Uh, but again, flawless. Yeah, I wasn't really afraid of this game because I noticed that the Wolf defenders were not actually doubling up on Bukayo Saka. I'm always
Mhm.
used to seeing Bukayo Saka being doubled up on,
Mhm.
whenever he's playing three, four, five defenders just, doing a number on him, leaving their boots,
Mhm.
at the foot of his feet, trying to get him injured, trying to get him shook. But he just shrugged all those things off, and there was no real, like, uh, uh, no real passion to actually get Bukayo Saka out of that game. No one was willing to
Yeah, they're not.
double up on him
They
from
was
the
yeah.
Wolves
They
side.
was
So
average. Yeah,
yeah,
they was
exactly. So
extremely
he had a
average.
field day. He had a field day. So that's
Mhm.
why he was whipping in crosses, passes after passes. Now that's what I want. I want more of this. Opposing players, opposing teams, to just leave Bukayo Saka alone. That's why Kai Havertz is very, very important in this team. All those players were all focused. Masquera, all of them, they were all focused on trying to out muscle and outpower and outgun Kai Havertz from making any movement and restricting him. And then they just let Bukayo Saka to just run the show from the right, cutting in with that beautiful left foot. My brother, man, I still see. I don't just
It's a good
know.
goal. It was a good goal.
I,
Very good
I
goal.
just don't know why people think that this guy is in world class yet, man.
Who? Wait,
You know,
who's world class?
Bukayo
Who?
Saka.
Jesus.
Uh,
All right, you think he's
I,
world class? Mm.
bro, no, I'm still battling with myself. Like, why will people think he isn't world class yet?
Because we've seen his poor performances. That's why. That's the problem.
But I mean, he had a poor performance. He had a poor performance overall last season. But man,
That's very
still the
nice.
highest goal scorer for Arsenal last
Because it's
season.
more. Because it's
Still
more
putting
than
in the
goals.
numbers, even if it's poor.
Because it's more than goals. That's
It's
why.
more than goals. Yeah.
It's more than goals.
Anyway,
Do you, it is more than
I
goals.
get you. Yeah, it's more
It is.
than goals, but it was
Right.
still
To
my
say,
highest
wait.
goal.
If it's all about goals, according to your logic, Nicholas Jackson's better than Kai Havertz then, because he scored more goals than him last season.
Good. Any which way you want to put it, no problem.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I
yeah.
was
So
talking
yes,
about
according to your
so
logic. No, I'm just saying. I'm just pointing that out. If we're talking about goals, Nicholas
yeah,
Jackson
yeah,
outscored him.
sure. Yeah, sure. You can
Because
say that, no problem. I agree.
Dominic Solanke's better than Kai Havertz then because he scored more goals than him.
Bro, I agree. No
So you
problem,
agree
man.
that Dominic
All
Solanke's
I'm
better than Kai Havertz, yeah? All right,
bro,
cool.
put in the
You heard it
numbers.
here
Put in the
first.
numbers.
That's the
Put it
numbers.
see, I'm more about
That's the numbers. So
delivery.
you heard it here.
Yeah, it's
Dominic
the numbers.
Solanke's better
I'm
than
a
Kai
numbers
Havertz,
guy.
people. Facts,
See,
facts.
deliver the numbers for me and I'll praise you. If Kai Havertz decides this season to put in 2025 goals, I will hail him.
Of
Yeah,
course, we know.
I'll push my ego aside
It's
and
not
I will
ego.
hail him.
It's
So
not
it's
ego.
it's 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 about the delivery for me. If you're putting in the numbers, you're my friend. If you're not putting in the numbers, you're not gonna be my friend like Eddie and Kate. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't rate you.
but
Just put in the numbers and I'm okay.
but
But see,
it's not ego thing.
flawless, flawless. The biggest thing that really angered me in that matchup against Wolves,
Mm.
was just seeing Masquera put his hands on Gabriel Jesus private side or something like that.
Yeah, that was crazy. I don't know what was going on.
Bro,
Yeah, that was crazy.
that's one of the weirdest and
Very
most
strange.
bizarre moments I've seen in football. And Gabriel Jesus reacts naturally, as
Of
a
course, you're
man,
gonna
as a
defend yourself.
God-fearing man, because I
Yeah,
know Jesus is a Christian. I'm a
yeah, you're
Christian.
gonna
He's a Christian.
defend. You're gonna defend
I
yourself
know
100%.
you're gonna defend yourself. You know,
Absolutely. Yeah,
that's a natural reaction, and just seeing the ref just giving Jesus a yellow card, it pissed me off. It pissed me off. That's a red carded offense. Why will man, be doing that to another man on the pitch? I mean, in the bedroom,
hey, yo,
anyone
man.
do whatever they want to do.
Hey,
But
yo.
I
All right,
mean,
we
on the
need that. We need
football
that.
pitch, man, that
All right.
shouldn't be happening. And if that should happen on the pitch, man, come on, bro. That's a red card offense. What are we talking
What
about?
you just said is a
Look at
red card offense. We
bro,
get it,
it's a red
Tony.
card.
Tony, we
Bro,
get
it's
it.
a red
Yes,
card
Tony.
offense.
Yes.
Bro, that's
No,
sexual
no.
harassment, bro.
Yes, no one's disputing that. You can just stop.
Okay.
We all are in agreement
Okay.
with you. You don't need to be
Yeah,
that
good.
graphic either. We get the point.
No one
Well,
is, bro. I'm not graphic about it at all.
it was very graphic what you said.
Secondly,
Go on.
man, stop this your jokes, man. See, yeah, Kai Havertz. Did you see the way they grabbed,
Oh yeah, when he
Kai
grabbed him,
Havertz by the neck?
Yes.
I'm not comfortable with another man choking another man on the football pitch. I know. Yeah, that's how cringe it was on the field.
I said this is crazy, man.
Exactly.
I don't know what you
Now
talking
that's
about,
crazy. So why? And again, why isn't the FA talking about all these things?
Because
why
the FA are full of shit. Because the FA is full of shit, Tony. You've been watching football long enough. I've been watching football long enough. We know what they're like.
No, it's good you said that, because I think it's when it comes to Arsenal that's when the FA turn a blind eye, because I saw a couple of tackles here and there with Chelsea doing going down a little bit dirty, but again, yellow cards everywhere against Man City. Against City, Chelsea was just raking up the yellow cards one way or the other. When it comes to Man City, I think they got about two yellow cards or so. But again, when it comes to City, no one is dishing them the cards. Yeah, City ain't getting no cards. Even if they're committing fouls.
Tony, stop. Tony, stop. You know the FA and referees are incompetent. Why are you surprised by this? The entire time you've been watching football, which has been a number of years, you've been watching football for what, 3 decades? 3 plus, like they've been incompetent from when we started watching football up until now. Why are you surprised by this? What are we talking about here? You know what I'm saying? And that, hey, Tony was wilding with that, but he was passionate about him, so passionate about it. That's why I let him get it off his chest. On the Manchester United front, I know we've spoken about Arsenal, mostly people. You lot get your final few questions in. United and PSG are in advanced negotiations now for Manuel Ugarte, either on a permanent or a loan deal with an obligation to buy. Deal not done yet, but all parties involved to get the deal done soon. And that's from Atletico. In regards to this, just get it done. I'm hoping it's on loan. I've kept talking about this. I think the loan deal is the smartest deal to do, because then that frees up money for another central midfielder. So that rumored 50 million that we're looking at spending on Ugarte, you now move that, you get Ugarte on loan, and that 50 million is there for another midfielder. Because as much as we need Ugarte, because Ugarte is very much needed, very good player, would definitely help with what we've got going on. He adds much needed quality to that midfield. We need another central midfielder who is a deep line playmaker who can get on the ball, is technically more sound, play through the lines, press resistance, and all that good stuff. And AJ to this, he says, flawless, once Ugarte gets over the line, do you trust your club, by the way? No, I don't, because there's still much more that needs to be done. Like, it's been what they've done in the transfer window, I can't commend them enough. But we're still very much short, and that's not on the new ownership, because we were short when they got here. But they've done great business, very good business so far. And the way we've got players, the speed in which we've got players, I don't mind the Ugarte deal stalling, because Olders would have just paid the 70-80 million for him, which is ridiculous. But it gets to a point where we're getting close to the end of the window. We need to, that's what I'm looking for. If we can't get a deal done, move on to another target, because we need 2 central midfielders. Bear in mind the rest of the squad, I'm hoping we go get an Ivan Toney, for example. But hey, we'll see what's what. And
But again, flawless. But again, why wouldn't you be quite positive about your season if you're going to be bringing in Ugarte? You know, you just said that you kind of like respect Zexi as a striker.
yes,
You know, if you get your your central midfield sorted out with Ugarte, because he plays as a cam, right? Am I correct?
no,
As a
Garte is a
CM.
DM. Let's say now he's a central midfielder, not a DM. Sorry,
It's a central
6/8.
midfielder, yeah.
Yeah, you can
It's
play
a
in a
C-
double pivot
it's
as
a
an
CM.
8. Yeah, yeah, we'll
Yeah,
say
it's a
central
CM.
midfielder. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
I just wanted to get that out correctly. So he's a CM, so you solve your midfield problems, yeah, because you also have other options that could actually help him out in the middle of the park. And if you have a striker that you respect like Zexi,
Yeah,
why shouldn't that team excel?
2 reasons.
Once
One,
you've
because the
brought
rest.
in
Okay,
Delic is in
so we've got
defense,
Okay, so I
you're
respond to
okay
it.
with that. Yeah,
Two, because the rest of our players are shit and our manager's shit. So that's why.
fair enough.
What are we talking about? We
Fair
still
enough.
have the same crap
Because
players around us.
because you've just said you've done good business, yeah,
Yes,
and I do agree. If
yeah,
Ugarte comes in, that's good business. You've brought
absolutely.
in Delic also, he shows up
Right.
that defense for you. So if you've gotten technically a gifted defender,
Mhm.
technically a gifted midfielder, technically by you, I don't rate the striker, but you rate him,
Yeah.
Zexi. I mean that's enough to at least get you top four this season.
No, it's not. When the rest of it is not good. Again, that don't solve all our problems. We aren't scoring. Are we scoring enough goals to get top 4? No.
But again, you
Xerxes,
rate Zexi, right?
yeah, but Xerxes alone, Xerxes could get 20, which I don't think he will. Xerxes gets 20. It's not enough because the rest of the team's not scoring. I have no issue. It's not him. My problem isn't with the new signings. This is why I said the squad is still so far away.
He's still,
I don't have no problems with Delit. I have no problems with Mazarari. I wouldn't have a problem with Agate. I have no problems with Xerxes. My problem is the rest of the team. And on top of that, the manager. They're my 2 biggest issues. Now, if we bring in more players or we were to get a new manager, my outlook would change. Because I look at it and I go, is this team good enough to get top 4? Yes. Is the team good enough to get top 4 under this current manager, in my opinion? No. Well, that's it. What's the bigger issue? The squad or the playing
top
style?
5. I'm looking at top 5.
Top 5. I don't think this squad. I don't think it's good enough to. I don't think it's good enough to get top 5 in this with this manager. No, I don't think there's. We are better than most teams in this league. There's 5 teams I think are clearly better than us.
Sure, I totally agree.
So like, I think
Totally
6 is the highest it is. Question for Flawless. Big up, Surfer. What's the bigger issue? The squad or the playing style? The playing style. As much as the squad is short, if we have a more competent manager, I think we could finish top 4. We should have finished top 4 last year. We had a more competent manager last year. We finished top 4, despite all the injuries. I keep saying this. We lost 14 games. 14 games out of 38 we lost. We finished 8 points off of top 4. So if we would have lost 11 games, which is still unforgivable because there's no way you should be losing double figures in the Premier League. Absolutely not. But if we would have lost 11 games and turned 3 of those losses, just 3 of those losses into wins, we finished top 4. As bad as this manager is and as bad as the team was. So, yeah, definitely playing style. Where does Manchester United finish? It's currently constructed 7th. Highest we can finish is 6th. But I think top 5 is a myth. Top 4 is definitely a myth. 3rd, forget about it. 2nd, absolutely not. And if you think United can win the Premier League, put down the drugs. Like, that's just what it is. Hope I'm wrong and we absolutely ball out, but I don't see it. I really don't. Let's see what else you are saying as well. Lineup and score prediction for Aston Villa away game. Your lineup prediction, what does Arteta go with?
He'll
You
go
reckon
with
he
the
goes with the
usual
same team?
suspect. He'll go with the usual suspect, man. But the only one I'm looking at right now is that I want Trossard to start in place of Martinelli. But the thing there is that Martinelli has such a good record against Aston Villa. There was an away game that we won. I think it wasn't like 4-2 or something like that. Martinelli scoring about 2 goals in that game at Villa Park, and he's made Villa Park his second home. He loves to score in at Villa Park. So that might just be the only reason. It's just that I don't think his form is is good enough for us to start him. But for the sheer fact that he goes to Villa Park and he loves to score goals there, maybe that might be the reason why Mikel Arteta might like to start him there. And obviously, Mikel Arteta favors Gabby than Trossard anyway. But if it's me, I would start at Trossard. I want to see him just off that
So
bench.
you'd rather same team, but Trossard.
Same team, yeah. But Trossard, yeah, getting
Okay. Yes. And scoreline prediction.
Bro, that's a big one, man, because Emery will be, he wants to beat man up, man. So, bro, I'll go with a modest 2-1 win for the Arsenal, man.
You're going to modest 2-1. Okay, first.
Yeah, right. Modest 2-1, man.
You said 2-1. TJ said 2-1.
Yeah, modest 2-1. I don't see anything bigger than that, man.
It seems all right. First.
Yeah.
And this time next week, when we do the show, the window will be closed, people. So this time next week,
the window will be closed. That'll be very interesting, man.
We'll get Tony's potential revised top 8 prediction. We'll get TJ's and everyone else's as well. So this show, all the other shows on the channel, I'll be getting predictions from everybody once the transfer window shuts. And I'll be writing them down. Same with the fan calling shows as well. I'll be getting predictions again, probably potentially revised, depending on incomings and outgoings at certain clubs, people. He's saying 2-1. So Tony's gone 2-1 Arsenal. TJ said 2-1 Arsenal. Make sure you subscribe to both their channels.
Eli, so Sheikh has more. Sheikh has more. He has more belief in Arsenal beating Villa than you, an Arsenal fan. Wow, incredible.
Well, Sheikh said 2-1 Villa. You got you losing.
Oh, 2-1 Villa.
You Jorla? Yeah, he said 2-1 Villa.
Oh, it's 2-1 Villa. Yeah, it's true, man.
2-1 Villa. Whereas Eli said 2 apiece. He says 2 apiece. I agree with Sheikh, man. I think it'll be 2-1 as well.
I think it's 2-1.
And to nephew, he did say that he reckons Arteta picks the exact same team. But he's saying 2-1 Arsenal. I respect it, man. Maybe the stars are aligning. Because you lot got very tough away games. Away at Villa, away at Spurs, away at City. Be interesting to see how many points you get from that.
No, but if we get everything, the more these teams doubt us, the more I think Arsenal will win. Yeah, it's in those games that no one would actually, really give us, that people will think that the team won't give us a problem. Those are the teams that will struggle.
I think
don't be surprised that we might get 9 points out of those games, man. Out of the first 3 games.
Wait, 9 points from what games?
From the first 3 away games.
Wait, the first 3 games or the first 3 away games?
That's no. I think our games, man. Our games are tough. Even the first 5 are tough.
Yeah, that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking the first 3 away games specifically because they are very tough. You are away at Villa, you are away at City, you are away at Spurs. Do you get 9 points from those 3 games?
Bro, the one against City, do you doubt it that I can go to
City and win? Yes.
And beat City,
Yes.
Last season, we knew what happened at City. It's not like the gap is too much, we drew, but it's not, if we put our legs on the gas pedal, we would have won that game. To be very sincere with you, it's Mikel Arteta and his negative antics that cost us that game. But, hopefully we can get a striker before then, before we
where you had 27%. You had 27% possession in that game,
but we had more chances.
Say that. All right, cool. Yeah, but yes, to answer your question, do I have doubts? Yes, because I don't think your manager goes for it there.
Of course, but again, we're the only team that took 4 points away from City last season.
Yeah, cool. And what did that win you?
We beat them at home and took away points from them.
Cool.
At the
and what trophy did that get you?
No, it's not about trophy now. They won the trophy. I've given that to them. No problem. No ego.
They took it from you.
They win the trophy. Yeah, no problem. But again, I took 4 points away from them.
All right.
So,
anyway,
we're not far off.
Villa away will include Brighton, actually. Villa away, Brighton at home, Spurs away, City away. How many out of 12 points? How many did you get?
At least 9.
At least 9. Say that again. So just to clarify, out of
No.
Arsenal's next 4
At
games,
least, bro, at least 9. At least 9.
9.
And
So you win 3 of those 4. So out of wait. Just to clarify this again. So from Aston Villa away, Brighton at home, Tottenham Hotspur away, Manchester City away, you are getting at least 9 out of 12 points. All right, bet.
Yeah, bro, because I think we'll beat Aston Villa by a hair's breadth. I think we might just nick it over the line and beat Aston Villa 2-1. The City game, I think it might be a draw, but again, I would like to have a go, and I'd like to see a striker before
you have
then.
to, and then you beat Spurs, and then you beat. Wait one
Bro,
second. Yeah,
we
you beat
Spurs at home.
and you
last
beat
season. There's no surprise.
and you beat Brighton at home. So you beat Villa, you beat Brighton, and you beat Spurs, and then draw to City.
Bro, even the Spurs one, I have no fear. Didn't you see their game against Leicester? Is that a team to be feared? That's not a team to be feared. So I beat them in their home last season. Come on, man, I can't do that, man.
And then they took points off you, and they took points off you at your ground. But all right, first, you know what I'm saying? In that,
I'm not scared. I'm not scared about Tottenham.
You're winning 3 out of them 4. So you're not getting 9 points. You're getting 10 points. So you're going undefeated. Okay.
10. Yeah, exactly. But again, is that City one? I'm still.
You said it already, man. You beat Villa. You beat
Villa. We need a striker to win that game.
You ain't getting a striker. So yeah, you're gonna draw it according to you. So you're beating Villa away. You're beating Brighton at home. You're beating Spurs away. And then
what makes you sure I'm not getting a striker, man?
Because I know your club.
Bro.
I know your club.
Don't allow your hatred for Arsenal, man.
It's not no hatred.
Cloud your judgment. We
it's
can
not clouding my judgment, bro. It's not clouding my judgment.
Good. Then if it's not
hatred. Like with this, I do hate your club, but it's nothing to do with what I'm saying there.
But again, if Eddie Nketiah is leaving the football club, so you don't think it's the best thing to actually get a replacement for?
It's the best. That is 2 separate questions. Is it the best thing? Yes. When has Arsenal ever done the best for Arsenal?
Doesn't it put the club under pressure to actually
No, your club's never under pressure because they do what they want. Their main aim isn't to win.
No, they do what they want, but technically, doesn't it put them under pressure?
No, because they don't care about winning.
The only senior striker.
You have you have Jesus. You have Jesus. Let's not forget Jesus.
Come on, man.
Come on. Jesus is a striker. He's got the 9 on his back. You might not rate him, but Gabriel Jesus is a centre forward for Arsenal Football Club.
Oh my God, man is trolling, bro.
How am I trolling? How am I trolling? Jesus is a striker for Arsenal Football Club. Chat, am I wrong? Did Jesus become a centre back? What are we talking about? Did he become a defensive midfielder? He's a number 9 for Arsenal. He's got the number 9 on his back. What are we talking about?
Shit, man. I agree with you. No problem.
Yeah. So what? Again,
I was talking about. If Eddie Nketiah leaves, it leaves that slot open.
Yeah, cool. And you know what the craziest part is? Even if you go get a striker, you won't go get a serious one. You'll go get a Kai Havertz. That's what you'll do because you needed a striker last summer.
Sure about that?
I went and signed Kai Havertz. Yes, I'm very sure because your club my entire life, your club for the vast majority of it hasn't done serious business. We ain't done serious business since probably like 2004.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? It's been 20 years. It's been 20 years. Last time you lot did serious business, I was in high school. What are we talking about here? No hair on my head, no hair on my face. What are we talking about? Man's fully grown at 20 years. What we doing here? Acting like, so you're like, what makes me so the last 2 decades. Because you lot have been in this situation many a time.
No, we'll see. We'll see this season, man.
What are you doing?
I'm just waiting for the transfer window to end. Then after that, I would I'll come back to the show and I might be reckless when I come down here, but for now, I'll just calm down and I'll take whatever. But by next week, we sign a prolific striker. Oh my days. You guys are gonna hear from me. So those in the charts, keep enjoying, keep laughing, drink, enjoy, have a party, no problem. Chic TV, Warrior, click on the charts, no problem, no worries. Next week, if Arsenal get that striker deal done, then you will hear from me.
Prolific, yeah, man. Because you're gonna get a prolific striker. No, you're just gonna go sign Kai Havertz. That's what you're gonna do. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go get another Kai Havertz, and then you lot gonna hype him up, but he's mediocre.
I'm not linked to any other Kai Havertz. No, but again,
okay, you'll find one. Yeah,
but again,
I'm not joking. I'm not joking. I'm being deadly serious.
Jokes aside, Flawless,
yeah.
The strikers were being linked to, are top class strikers.
You got linked to top class strikers last season.
Yeah,
and then signed Kai Havertz. You got linked to top class strikers last season. No links to Kai Havertz, and then signed Kai Havertz. Exactly.
Well, okay.
Game, set, match.
No, Flawless. I hear you. That's my football club. What do you want me to say? That's the position we're in. But so again,
it's not from a position of hate when I'm talking. I'm just talking about what I'm seeing.
But you don't like Arsenal.
I don't like Arsenal. That's well known. No, that's well known.
That's what I'm saying.
That's well known. What's crazy? Yo, Marshall, I was just about to redirect to you as well. That's crazy. Big up Casually FC. I was just about to redirect to Marshall.
Big up Casually.
But that's the point that I'm making is despite my hatred for Arsenal, I call it as if you lot signed a bad boy striker, I'll say that's a quality signing. If you lot go get a quality midfielder, I'll say it's a quality midfielder. I have no issue giving quote unquote praise to the rivals. I've praised you lot at times. You lot have the best defense in the league. You lot, Calafiori was a good signing.
We do.
Calafiori was contrary to popular belief. I think it's a good signing for you lot. Genuinely. Others may disagree, so it's not about that. But again, your biggest issue, like I've said every time, is the man in the dugout. That's your biggest problem. Is the man in the dugout. As much as I don't rate some of your players, that's the biggest issue. And he's getting a new deal. Shouts to Arsenal, man. Shouts to Arsenal.
No props, man. Let's get a striker deal done. Then, we can talk all about that.
Well, who, Gyökeres? You think you're going to spend big money on Gyökeres?
Well, like I told you, we went to knock on the door of Napoli.
So you reckon you do the big money deal for Osimhen, yeah? Okay.
Bro, but again, don't throw away the fact that Emmitt Smith Rowe's money is still burning a hole in our pockets, yeah? £35 million. If we get this 30 million from Nottingham Forest for our striker, that's about £65 million burning a hole in our
It's not about the lack of
bread. From transfers.
It's not about the lack of money. You lot have spent big money under Arteta. How much money has he spent?
No, over $1 billion. But again, see,
he's not spent over $1 billion. It's like 600 or something.
No, I'm talking of $1 billion actually.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you lot spend money. I'm talking specifically about Arteta.
Mikel Arteta is over like 600 to 700 actually.
Yeah, this is my point. So it's not about the money thing. I don't think you lot won't spend the money. It's not a question of not spending the money. I don't think you spend the money in correct areas. If you went and got a serious midfielder and a serious striker, you are in business. Are you gonna go and do that? No.
The thing is, you don't think Merino is a serious midfielder. I think we don't agree in that, in that circle. I think is a seasoned midfielder. I think is a great midfielder. I think he'll bring something different to my team in the midfield. But again, that's a story for another day. But the most important thing is to bring in a striker. See, I already have the best defensive setup.
That's where we disagree. I don't think that's the most important thing. I think that they both should be prioritized because you're short in both areas. Your central midfielders are not good enough, and your striker's not good enough. Now you have pieces around them that can do the bits.
Not
like,
good.
Like Rice and Odegaard are a good start. Yeah, not good enough to go win a league. No, I don't believe they are.
Yeah, but not good enough. But again, if we add Merino's quality down there, then
I don't think a Rice, Marino, Odegaard midfield is the one to go and win you a title.
But again, if the player comes in and dish out something different,
if he performs well, that's not well and good. Then we could have had that conversation about Havertz last season. If Havertz joins the team and Arteta gets more out of him, and look, and he came and he was mediocre.
He was mediocre, but we still got more out of him.
Yeah, but he was mediocre.
He was going to be the failure,
but he was mediocre. He wasn't, but he was mediocre.
Totally agree. There's no problem in saying he's a mediocre striker.
So why not just go and sign a senior?
But again, it was used in left center mid.
Yes.
Moved into the striker position.
Yes.
It was moved week in, week out. At the time, it was being benched at the time last season. Yeah, so you can't per se say that he was always a starting for Arsenal at the time. Eddie Nketiah was even starting for Arsenal.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, but
So
again, it backs to my point. Back to your original point when you said, why are you so sure Arsenal don't sign a striker? Because you're Arsenal. That's why. And you wouldn't put money on Arsenal signing a striker. And even if you do,
no
it's not going to be no serious
if,
one.
If it's a conditional statement.
Yes,
if a top-notch prolific striker comes in, that's
and
a different story.
And I give Arsenal their props for that. If I'd be like, right, Arsenal are serious. If you go and do that.
Exactly.
Well, you're not going to do that.
If you go do a deal for Ivan Toney,
yeah.
Flawless, don't tell me that you won't look at Arsenal different.
I've just admitted that I would definitely look at Arsenal different.
You'll look at us different. So,
definitely. You know what I'm saying? You lot will sign Ivan Toney, Margot Robbie will respond to my DMs. You know what I'm saying? Same difference. Yeah, same difference. Big up to Rums as well. You know what I'm saying? Same shit. Rewarding.
Big ups to everyone who
players.
came to the show today. Yeah, guys. Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks for coming down here and spending your time with us. Yeah.
Absolutely as well. And Serafel says, why start Zinchenko against Leon Bailey instead of Timber on Saturday? So if you're the manager, would you start Zinchenko at left back or Timber?
Bro, I would start Timber, man.
Okay, first.
Bro, the way they were interchanging, he was interchanging with Bukayo Saka in that game against Wolves, man. Oh my days. Bro, Timber, I thought that when that guy, comes back from injury, I thought he'll look a little bit drab and under the weather, man. But the guy's looking good. I'll give him more games to just, for him to just get up to speed, because there's no need keeping him on the bench when I could actually use him. I think Zinchenko is suspect. Yeah, since last season, I wanted him out of the football club. Bro, I'll pick Timber, and then throughout the season we can alternate Calafiore and Timber. Even in some games we can give a rest to William Saliba or Gabi and put in Calafiore down there, in the middle as a central defender. And mind you, Flawless, Timber has also played as a central defender before for Arsenal. In the preseason, he played as a central defender. Yeah. We can also do that too. So,
your options, man. Your options. Shame none of
we have options at the back. That's the thing. It's just that, it's just up front. That's where the problem is.
Yeah, we'll see. But hey, to do rated, who says don't trust Flawless? What did I do? What do you mean don't trust me? What did I do rated that you said that? What? Wait, I said don't trust Flawless. And look at this guy. Just subscribe to Sheep TV. But anyways, we are gonna close out. Love to everyone that's locked in. You get this show every Wednesday, 11:30 p.m. UK time. Myself, Tony, TJ, talking all things Manchester United, talking all things Arsenal. I see that Northside's still live. Let me know in the chat that he's still live. I'm going to redirect to him. We're back live today. If you're in the UK time zone, 5 p.m. UK time, Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, where we're just answering the questions from the chat. And then 11:45 p.m. Manchester United, Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspur show with them two absolute crooks, Surfer and Jez. So I'm gonna send it to Northside. I'm gonna send it over to Northside. What show is he doing? AJB, what is it? Big on my guy Northside each and every time. But we are gonna close out. Like I said, don't forget we are available on all audio platforms as well. Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud. So anywhere you listen to podcasts, type in Sarcasm City TV, and this show and all of the shows will pop up as well. Oh, it's Lex there. Love that. Flawless want Arsenal to keep the same squad to not win anything. Of course, that's not to not be trusted. Like, what are we talking about? Like, I'm a United fan. Same way you want United to stay the same and keep Ten Hag rated. Why is it when it's me as a bad thing? Like, that's just normal. I want my rivals to do badly. Leeds are in the Championship. I'm happy they've drew their first 2 games or first 3 games. I don't want them back. I want them relegated to League One. Like, legit. Without doubt.
Just before we go, Flawless, we'll go immediately after this. Arsenal have been linked to Sterling this morning, man.
Would you like the Sterling deal before you go quickly?
Bro, any other signing from Chelsea Football Club? No, man. Come on, man. We're not doing that, man. But again, all right, cool. We're linked to him. But again, people are saying, I've seen I had a guy on my show today, a friend of mine. and he said that he can do with the experience of Sterling. Bro, man, I'm tired of all that, man. Why not go bring me, a seasoned winger, Leroy Sané, all these other
Leroy
names.
Sané. You went 5 months
Leroy
without scoring a goal. But anyways,
Leroy
you're in the news.
Sané. Again, I'm not just looking at the goals, or I'm looking at his
when it was Xerxes and Havertz, it was about the goals, though. Oh, okay, all right, yeah, sure,
the
mate.
strikers, because they're central strikers.
Okay.
The central strikers, they're number 9. So
Xerxes a false 9. Yeah, 9. Xerxes a false 9. Yeah, 9. It's a false 9. Yeah, exactly.
Bro, you can mask it in whatever way.
He's a 9.5. He's a 9. No, you don't.
Goals. You're an attacker. You have to score goals.
No, you don't. So Firmino had to score goals when Liverpool won the Champions League and Premier League. How many goals did Firmino get?
No, he wasn't prolific in it.
Exactly, but
he
still won.
He wasn't a point man, really.
But he played the 9. He was a false 9.
Goals anyway. He's a false 9, but
he didn't score a lot of goals.
I'm not saying prolific. I didn't say a lot of goals. That's wrong. I said he did still score goals.
No, he didn't. He barely scored.
He scored goals for Liverpool, but
he barely scored. We'll check now. 1 second.
But not prolific.
Same for Xerxes. Xerxes went prolific for Bologna, but you had to crash on him. What's the difference?
No props, man.
Yes,
good luck to Xerxes. No, you believe in this guy. No, guys, see, because I'm gonna keep the receipts, He believes 100% on in this Xerxes guy.
That Xerxes better than Havertz. Yes, that's what I believe. Yes.
Okay. 100%. Okay. So he's gonna score more goals this season than Kai Havertz. Yes. Say it.
Yes.
Say it.
I just said yes.
You said yes.
Yeah. And he'll be a better player overall. He'll score more goals, and he's a better player overall, and it'll be better for the team.
Okay. Good.
All right. I
good.
said it. Same way you said Arsenal are getting 10 points from Villa away, Brighton at home, Tottenham away, and City away. Yeah, we were there. We will see. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll get your prediction next week. But on that note, we're going to close out. Going to redirect to North Side. Love to everybody that has listened.
Why you have to do this, bro? Why?
Fellas, how many goals does Xerxes score this season? I'm not even sure. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Because he impressed me. I had it low, but beforehand it is. But with this manager, who the hell knows? Ask me this in a couple of weeks. But love to everyone that has locked in. And this has been the Manchester United Arsenal Show, Man United podcast. It's the Gonna Talk from the Arsenal podcast, live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Salute.